Do you know what time it is?
Time is it?
It's Midgar Standard Time. The only known time zone in the series.
Oh, wow.
Is that a real thing?
It says so. The city runs on Midgar Standard Time.
Hell yeah.
The only known time zone in the series. There's no time like the present.
What time does Wutai run in? Time zone.
I don't know. It probably still runs in the same
They
one.
don't allow you to add MST to food anymore. That's not very good.
Buckle up, everyone.
Do it. Say it. Someone say it.
This is the Every FNFF podcast.
Yeah.
We did it.
It's a podcast about Final Fantasy, and we walk you through it. It's episode fucking 27. You should know this by now.
Episode fucking 27.
You're very likely listening to this through your ears. So thank you for that.
If you're in the car, make sure you check your blind spots.
be a
Watch
courteous,
out! That was a close one.
Be a courteous driver.
That's right.
Share the road.
Yeah, so we're back in Midgar.
Yes, we are.
You're Curtis.
Oh. You're Alex.
I'm Carl.
Carl's on his own again. He's where the engineer
Here I
says.
go again on my own.
Yeah, so
I missed you guys.
yeah, I know.
Missed you
It's
guys
been a
too.
long
I
time.
did a lot this week. A lot of nothing.
Yo, Midgar's like fucked up now.
Yeah,
I mean, it was
kinda.
already kind of fucked up, right?
Yeah,
But, like,
some of it is like exactly the same.
I was gonna say, like, it's missing a plate. There's been a giant cannon wired to it very haphazardly.
Yeah,
Um,
and we get to see parts of it that we haven't seen before, which is pretty cool.
Rent controls
Yo.
off the hook.
so hold on. You say that we get to see parts of it we haven't seen before, and that's true. These next couple screens, but we see a lot of it that we
That
have
we've already
seen before,
yeah.
in a little bit of a different context. And I, like an absolute dullard, did not realize that it was areas we've already been to.
Oh, really?
Like a absolute dummy.
Hey, it happens.
You ding-a-ling.
Yeah, that's right.
I think it took me like running all the way up and down to realize that it was the same place.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, like we said last time, I don't want to bring it up again this time. Opening bombing mission is playing during this, and it's amazing.
It's very kick-ass.
Like, oh gosh, so good. Yeah, so we're gonna climb down into the underground below Sector 5
oh yeah.
to get to where we need to go.
Let's go.
Does that mean, can we reason out that, I mean, this isn't really like super relevant, but can we reason out that Sector 5 perfectly points toward the North Crater?
Yeah, I guess so.
So now we know which way north is.
Yeah.
On the 5, I guess.
Yeah, which is weird. You would think that would be on the 12.
Yeah.
I got your 12, Curtis.
I got your 12.
That's a cool spy term.
I got your 6. Is that your back?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Hell
Yeah,
yeah.
you don't need my 12. I got my 12.
I'm sure. Whatever you say, buddy.
So we we take a little chute, a little poop chute in the
Yeah, so there's like not really like a sewer, but it's like a kind of like a manhole.
an access ladder.
Yes, not to be confused with the manhole that we will see shortly.
Yeah.
But yeah, like an access ladder that goes down below the reactor or
into
the sector.
I like to call
Sector
it,
8 underground.
yeah. I always
yeah.
like to call it the gray space.
Yeah.
The place where all the utility is and all the cables and everything.
Yeah, absolutely.
And like this area is fucking tight.
It is really cool.
But like when I think about it, I'm trying to imagine like if I pulled out the camera, right? Like what we would be looking at because the area is very open.
yeah.
Right? Like we're in like an access area and it seems like maybe it's under construction because there's like cranes, like maybe because of how they were putting the cannon in. You know what I'm talking
maybe. Yeah.
about? But it's very wide and open for having like as many like
Yeah.
ducts and shit as we
Chutes
want.
and ladders.
There's there are both chutes and ladders
Yeah.
here. Yeah.
There's a lot of like catwalk sort of things and
Yeah.
a lot of steps.
And we can actually see like a good overview of it. Like I feel like whenever we've been going through Midgar or like Junon,
Yeah.
we usually get like a close-in camera in a hallway, you know.
Yeah.
And this almost reminds me of like the Temple of the Ancients, where it's like pulled back and you can see all the different pathways. It's just a matter of getting to them.
Yeah, absolutely.
You know what I mean?
And there's a shit ton of treasure chests here.
Okay, I'm being honest with you.
Did you miss one?
The one as soon as you come down that ladder,
Mhm.
in the top left, there's a chest. I have no clue how to get to that.
Okay, so I think that is a missable chest. I also didn't get it, and I was kind of just like, one of the guys got it. I do know what's in there, though. It's called the Aegis Armor, I think.
Okay.
It's just like it's a pretty I think it's a slight upgrade from like some of the
Yeah.
armor that we have right now.
Yeah.
But I think the way that you have to get it is there's a portion that you can jump
Yeah,
on a
so
thing and it
let's-
falls down.
Well, okay. So as soon
Yeah.
as you come down here, there's a stairway going down, and you can see that chest behind a fence right from the entrance, right?
Yeah.
And as soon as you're at the bottom of that stairway, there's a ladder that goes down, and once you're at the bottom of the ladder, you can go left or right. If you go right, part of a platform falls out from beneath you, and I think that's it. You can't go back to the other ladder.
Yeah.
And I think if you go left to the other ladder, that's the ladder that actually takes you up to the Aegis Armlet.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
So I didn't get it because I was a dummy and walked to the
I
right.
did the same exact thing, and then I was like, I was like, oh, maybe I just have to wrap around, and it's one of the things.
That was
like,
the thing. I spent so much time, like a sunk cost fallacy. Like I spent so much time looking for another way around that by the time I realized I couldn't get to it, I was just like, well, I've already spent like 30 minutes trying to find a way. I'm not getting rid of all this experience.
Yeah, like when I looked into it, I was like, I don't really need that. It's fine.
Yeah.
But yeah, let's see. Some of the other treasure chests have some pretty, I mean, more or less they're going to be useless items.
Yeah.
Like you can get an elixir. I think there's like a catwalk that has an elixir on it. And then you walk all the way to the right. There's a mega elixir there.
Yeah.
So
Is
normally that would be a
this-
really cool item, except for what we're going to talk about in like 5 minutes.
There's a Barrett thing here? No?
Yes.
What is that?
Let me pull that up.
Okay.
Another elixir. There is a Ketchi weapon, the Starlight Phone.
Yes.
And there is also
Max Ray.
the Max Ray. Yeah.
Okay, yeah. Very good. Very good.
Maxwell Raymond.
That's what it's short for. Hey, yo, so I have it on my screen right now. Alex, I didn't know what you were talking about earlier. Were you discussing the crazy saw?
I was talking about the crazy saw.
I fucking hate the crazy
What's,
sauce.
why do you guys not like the crazy
I
saw?
got game overed by them a few times.
Yeah. So the reason that I don't like the crazy saw.
Confused. That's why.
Yeah.
Yes. Okay, got you.
They
So-
spin you around. Round
Right round,
baby.
yeah.
Like round.
So what happens is when they attack you, they'll just automatically confuse your character pretty much. I don't know
Yeah,
if there's
you're
like a
right.
percentage or anything. So unless you're wearing a ribbon or you have like the added effect Hades thing going on, then
Yeah.
it's just confused. So
I just every time it happened, the next character I'd have him attack the
Oh,
one
okay,
who's
yeah.
confused.
That's a good
Which would
idea.
do a lot of damage, but like it'd be better than them going
than
nuts.
them just going, yeah.
Now that I think about it, I almost did game over once because they got Sid and Sid had 2x cut, and I was like,
Yep.
oh shit.
So for me, Cloud has 2x cut. Vincent has the like always hit attack, and Tifa has the death blow.
Oh,
just
man.
like like one shot KO on anything pretty much.
Oh man.
So it was a little rough.
I'll
Like,
tell you this, they come with another enemy sometimes, which is like a little tank. Very inventive name, the Cromwell.
Yeah,
like
I
it.
didn't get the
I think it's like
reference.
Oliver Cromwell.
Oh, okay.
I believe so.
Hell yeah. There's
That's-
also a little devil enemy here named the Manhole.
Yeah, the one that yeah.
So, and I think it usually comes in like groups of 3, but it's like this little devil guy who's like popping out of a manhole and holding the cover to it over it, and you can attack it, and then if you don't kill it, it'll go down and then come up from another one. So it's either in the back
Yeah.
row or
Oh.
Which I thought is kind of weird though, to be honest, because like I feel like we're so strong now
Yeah.
that like I just killed it in one hit every time.
this would
and
be
I
an
was just,
enemy.
like,
Yeah, that would be really cool if it was like.
earlier in the game.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
But now it's kind of like pretty much all of these enemies. Like you can steal some decent things from them. Like the enemy that confuses you, you can steal something that like will cast confuse.
Yeah.
There's one that'll give you an item called the mute mask that will.
Yeah.
I think it's the Cromwell that does that, where it casts silence, but. For
We
the
also
most part,
find
it's-
the Behemoth.
yeah. the
I'm sorry, I
Behemoth.
didn't mean to cut
No,
you off
that's
there.
fine. I almost completely forgot about the Behemoth
Okay. Yeah, so the Behemoth is another
staple.
staple of the series, that's right. And usually a massive pain.
Yeah.
Not so bad here.
Yeah, it's not too bad.
Yeah.
Especially because we're so overpowered.
It might have taken me like 3 hits this time.
Yeah, exactly.
to take care of them.
I didn't really have much of a problem with it, and I was trying to steal from it. So because
Like-
you can steal a war gong from it, which I think just casts berserk on an enemy.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's pretty cool.
Yeah, I think that's pretty much everything with this
Yeah.
area, though.
And like, yeah, it almost seems like a shame to go by it so quickly though, because like there's so much architecture to it. But like, what else are we really gonna say besides like
It's very open.
lots of ladders,
There's
lots of stairs,
Lots of catwalks, very industrial looking.
yeah, lots of chutes.
Oh,
yeah.
you can. There's like the little guys. I forget what they're called. But you can steal the Shadow Maker.
Okay.
which they're just these little like turret things that are like very small. And
We
they-
see a lot of those in the area coming up. Yeah.
and you can steal a Gravy Ball from them, which I think just casts like Demi or Demi 2 or something. But the
I
interesting thing about
am
them-
listening to you, but I swear to God, you just said ravioli ball. So what did you say about it?
Gravy Ball.
Gravy ball.
Yeah.
I looked at my Switch for one moment, and the words that came out were
Maybe it's-
ravioli ball, and I was like,
Maybe it's
fuck
pronounced
yes.
Gravy Ball. And you snatch that sweet gravy.
It's a gravy weapon.
But yeah, I think their thing is they cast they'll shoot like a beam at you.
What does it do?
I think it might be the level 4 suicide or whatever that move is called, which is an enemy skill that will only hit
If you're level 4.
if you're a multiple of 4.
That's
I
what
think so
meant,
because
yeah,
that
sorry.
looks the same as the enemy skill that when you use that enemy skill.
Oh, okay. Maybe you're right. Yeah.
But it doesn't say anything. That's just a pretty much an educated guess.
Okay. Yeah, so once we're the exit of this area is like a little chute again, or a duct, right? We like exit this area through a duct.
Yeah.
And when we come out the other side of the duct, we're back in the subway.
In those old tunnels.
In the subway tunnels, just like we were when we jumped off the train in Midgar.
Hell yeah.
And it's the same ones too. It's the same
It's the
subway
same exact
tunnels.
ones, yeah.
Except, and you remember? Do you remember Alex running all the way down, like toward the screen, and then fighting the endless wave of Shinra over and over and over?
Oh, I vaguely remember that. Yeah.
Yeah, so I
yeah.
was
And you're like,
doing that, and
oh,
I was
wait, no, it was you.
Yeah,
I'm
I was,
sorry, I'm
I was
sorry.
keeping a tally of how many because I was like, oh, there's got to be something
My
good at
mistake.
the end of here, and I remembered like, oh, there's a good item at the end of this. So I just kept fighting wave after wave, and after like 15 waves of enemies, I'm like, I'm pretty sure this is just endless. And
yeah.
then, but they
Okay.
do this again.
So, I'm sorry. Yeah, I
No,
was
go
going to say
ahead. No,
we should
yeah.
like get the lead up to it too.
Yeah.
So as soon as you get in, they basically are like, okay, the cannon's up here.
Yeah, let's
Follow
go.
us. Yeah. But just like last time, you can go south instead.
Yeah.
And there's like 16 screens of just samey looking tunnels, right?
Yeah.
And you see Barrett on the way, he'll be like,
Oh, it
leave us
depends
to
on who's
me.
yeah, it depends on the party actually.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
for me, I think it's just because everyone's the game's trying to point you in the right direction of the cannon.
Yeah.
So for me, like when I was thinking it was I went south, which I just made a guess which way I wanted to go, and I bumped into red and like.
Yeah,
I
he
can
says
s-
it's
I
not
can-
this way.
He said I can smell it. It's not the cannon's not this way. He can smell the cannon, I guess.
Yeah.
Hell yeah. He's just like his grandpa. He
He
can
is
smell the
small on the wind.
machinery.
That's right.
But the same thing happens when you go north,
Yeah.
far enough north as well. But
Yeah.
Yeah.
at the bottom of there's a few good items.
So
at the
yeah, I was
bottom.
gonna say
Yeah.
on the way there we can get one of every source.
Yeah, exactly. There's
So-
a couple treasure chests that if you're not looking, you will miss them. But like, it's the same thing. You keep running into party members. Like Barrett says, "Leave this to me. Hurry to the cannon." And then he starts like
Right.
shooting like
Yeah.
the direction that you're running in, like very reminiscent of that time where you were just fighting the waves of people.
Yeah.
And then you can get a power source, guard source. Then that's where I ran into
Mine source.
red. Yeah.
Yeah.
Magic
And then
source.
eventually, when you get all the way to
All
the
the way.
bottom,
There's a
a
save
s-
point.
There's a save point, and there's a nice little yellow orb.
Oh, yellow. I didn't even see it.
Yeah.
No, I'm just kidding. I got it. That's awesome.
Yeah, there
W
is
item.
the W item materia, which is one of my favorites.
Carl,
Yes.
is there anything interesting about W item?
Well,
Wait. Well, first we should say what it does.
It lets you cast 2 items.
That's how I
In
talk
battle.
about using items. I cast them.
You cast them.
Cast
you
items.
use them, you throw them, you
I think.
apply them.
Yeah, I was gonna say. I think grammatically, you could say that you cast grenades, like
That's true.
in the way you cast it aside, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
you eat. It's,
yeah. I believe it's you yeet items. I think that's the correct parlance.
you,
Yeah.
And that's probably all there is
Yeah,
to
that's
W
all we need
item,
to
right?
talk about. So we're just
Nothing
gonna-
else.
I haven't
Ugh.
referenced this on several episodes from the very start.
All right, so we head north.
So
no,
we head north. So
Carl, tell us about it.
with W item, the way it's programmed is to make sure that you don't accidentally like lose an item, because what you can do is it gives you like you just get to use 2 items in like one command in the battle. So like say you have, I'm going to use elixir as a reference here because that's what you want to do this with. If you have an elixir, if you have more than I think like 2 elixirs, you get to use the one on the thing, and then it'll decrease the number in your inventory, and you'll bring it up again, and you'll go to use it again, and when you hit like the cancel button, it'll increment your elixir number to back to 2. So it's like, okay, broke even. Then if you hit A again and B again, and like confirm and cancel, it gives you another one. And then if you do it again, it gives you another one.
It.
So you can just max out any consumable item that you can use in battle.
Yeah.
So like I always use that to do elixir and mega elixir.
Yeah. So basically what you're doing is when you select the first item and you're going into the second one, the game knows that it needs to increment back to the first one. But now it's in the mode where it's like, okay, you're not in your first item selection, you're in your second item selection.
Yeah.
That's why you can continually hit select, cancel, and it thinks you're going back to the first selection again.
Yeah.
So it continually just throws an extra item in there.
It doesn't have a stop condition at all.
Yeah, so just in a couple seconds you have 99 mega elixirs, 99 elixirs, 99.
And I used to feel bad about this. I used to, like, when I was playing this as like a teenager, I was like, well...
You have a conscience.
Yeah,
I'm sorry,
but I was like, like, it's not really intended. They put a finite amount of elixirs in the game for a reason. It's kind of shitty. Like, we'll talk about in a couple episodes. I think we're going to talk about why elixirs are so good to do this with.
In our next to last one.
Yeah. So we'll talk about it more, but I always kind of felt bad, like, using this as, like, a way to, like, kind of abuse this system.
Yeah.
And then I realized, like, this playthrough, oh, fuck, you can just morph things into elixirs and mega elixirs.
Yeah, anyway.
So, like, rather than spending, like, 13 hours trying to get to 99, I'm just going to do it this way.
Yep.
So
It's a good, if you don't like Chocobo, it's a good method.
hell yeah.
If you want to end this game easy, I guess.
If you don't feel like going to the ice cavern or whatever it's called, and just grabbing the elixir and walking out of the screen.
Yeah, right.
Here's another way to get endless.
So that's in the south end of the tunnel.
I was going to say there's one more thing in the south end, which is a text box, which is just Cloud shouting, "Dead end!"
Hell yeah.
Oh no! Oh
no! But yeah, if we go north, eventually there will be I think. Oh wait,
it's on the screen where we actually enter into the.
But wait, we're not even. So when you make one step, once we get back to where we started,
and you go like one step north.
1 or 2 steps north.
Yeah.
Yep.
Our party turns around and someone says, I don't know if it's our party or
it might be the people who were.
Yeah. And oh no, they're here.
Yep.
And we see Elena of the Turks walk up.
Yeah, and she says, "What are we going to do? I think we can ignore our orders now." Which is great.
Yeah.
And then Reno walks in and he says, "Elena, don't act so weak," which I think is like his catchphrase at this point, right? Like,
yeah,
he said that to her a bunch of times. Yeah.
And Rude pops up and says, "We're Turks, Elena."
Yeah. And she says, "Yes, sir, you're right."
Yep.
And then I think they all kind of start doing their little.
Rude does his point.
His point up thing. I think Reno does like I forget what his animation is.
Yeah, I think he might do like the hair thing
flick
as well.
or something. Yeah.
And Rude says, "Come on, we've got work to do."
Yeah, and Reno says, "I'm not really up for it, but ... And Elena says, "Our orders were to seek you out and ... kill."
Yep.
Our company may be in turmoil, but an order's an order. And then
that's the spirit of the Turks. Believe it.
Hell yeah. Very Naruto.
Yeah,
believe it.
Yeah, it's a real Naruto.
And then Cloud just says ...
Yeah, and then she says, "What are you doing? Let's go."
Yeah.
And you have two options here. Okay, let's end this. Or no, let's not.
Yeah.
I looked this up online to see what the big deal was about this or whatever, because here we have a choice to fight the Turks or not. You don't get the choice if you haven't done the side quest in Wutai.
Oh, okay.
So, like,
Nice.
I guess, like, going after Don Corneo together and, like, sparing each other is, like, enough, like, personal attachment to the Turks to be able to be like, let's just not do this.
Hell yeah.
Because, like Elena says when she comes in, she's like, hey, our boss is dead.
Yeah.
Or whatever. Or I guess,
like, she's like, we can
Heidegger's
ignore
alive right now, but whatever.
Yeah. Like,
the structure that has been completely upheavened.
Yes.
Yeah,
I couldn't have said it better myself.
Upheaven. Yeah.
Upheaved.
Uphove.
Yeah. So, they're basically like, yeah, we don't really have to do this. It's kind of our order. Everything's kind of up in the air right now, but you know, like, we're still gonna do it just because, like, what the fuck else are we gonna do?
Yeah. But they do give the option, and you can be
nice.
like, nah, let's not.
Gig economy, man.
Yeah.
Yeah. And Reno, if you say,
I was like,
let's fucking go.
Dance, baby.
Let's go. And Reno was like, I know we have a weird relationship, but we have to end this ... Like
Turks. Oh, I get to a fight with all three Turks.
All three of them.
It's the first time and only time
that
this ever happens. And I think the only time we've seen Elena in a fight. Is that right?
I think we fought her before when she tried to fight. I think we fought her before. I could be completely wrong about that. I think what I was conflating that with is when you're in the Icicle Inn and she's about to fight you.
Yeah.
For some reason, I thought we saw her before.
And then
we
she snowballs down.
She snowballs down.
But yeah, I just looked it up, and you can avoid fighting her altogether because if you've done the Wu Tai side quest,
Hell yeah,
in which she feels because you rescued her, or at least you helped.
Yeah,
that's true. Yeah.
Yep. So they are not that tough. Elena can confuse a character.
Yeah.
That's probably the most dangerous thing in this fight.
Absolutely. I think she also does a surprising amount of damage with her kick.
Yeah,
she has a move where she like lifts her leg completely up and fucking slams it
down
on you.
An axe kick, yeah.
Hell yeah, like the Captain Falcon or Ganondorf kick in Melee.
Yeah. Yep. But like they're still not that bad. The big thing I think is the steals.
Yeah, absolutely.
That you can get from them.
And Elena doing an attack and then saying "take that."
Yeah, right. Yeah,
bad, because the whole time they're talking and everything.
Yeah. So they're all talking. Oh, by the way, your bathroom break. I forgot to stop it when you came back, but it was about a minute and 50 seconds.
Damn, sorry, y'all.
So, that's enough to put you on the leaderboard. But you're not gonna make AGDQ like that.
Fuck. But yeah, from Elena you can steal the Minerva Band. Band. Sorry, can't read.
Also, when you hit them, like if you hit Elena, so that. You know how we have rows, front row, back row?
Oh, yeah.
The Turks have rows as well.
It's cool.
And so Elena starts out up front, and if you hit her, she says, "Yow, that hurts," and their party switches rows.
Yeah, like they jump, like she jumps back and they kind of move forward.
They jump forward, yeah. Yep.
Nice. It's really cool.
And she'll jump. They'll flip again when she's getting ready to do a physical attack.
Yeah.
To do more damage.
Very, very strategic.
So I like that. Like this is a 3-on-3, the Turks versus Avalanche.
Like the first fair fight we've had. I feel.
Yeah,
like,
it really is. Yeah,
it's always been unfair of us to like gang up on them.
Yeah, you can still get the tough ring from Reno.
From Reno.
And another Zedrich from Zydrich,
yeah,
from Rude. So that's all three, right? We got all three of them now. We saw one on the Gelnica, one in front of the rocket, and one here.
Yeah.
So these are the ultimate armors in the game. They have the highest defense.
Yeah.
So
I think it's so funny too. It's like that's what he's like going to battle with. And he has the one, and then you fucking kick his ass and take it from him while you're fighting him. It's like bullying someone and like giving them a wedgie every day. It's like, come on, man, my mom just bought me that.
I do like that. At the end of this fight, we don't kill them or whatever.
Yeah.
They just like Rue just says, "Let's call it a day."
Yeah.
And they just turn around and walk away. And I like that, like, everybody does their different thing.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like,
Elena's is very cute.
Yeah.
It's my favorite one.
Elena, like, or she does her makeup, right? And waves by.
Yeah. She like takes out like a little like pocket mirror.
And looks at her hair and like adjusts it, and then looks at you and like waves by.
Yeah, she does like a cute little wave too. It's great.
Yeah. So. But I like the Turks. I like the Turks.
I love them so much.
They're awesome.
They're a part of a really shitty organization, and you shouldn't be like, oh, they were just doing their job.
Yeah,
that's a really shitty mentality. I feel like in most situations. Like
yes.
But in this fantasy game, I fucking love it because I love the Turks. They're so goofy.
Yep.
And so, do you all fight them, or did anyone else skip them?
I did not. I always fight them.
Okay, cool. So I skipped it. I said, no, let's go. And so what happens is Elena's like, "You showing pity? Don't take the Turks for fools." And then Reno says, "Wait, Elena." Elena says back, "Reno, you're not violating the order, are you?" And Reno says, "Shinra's finished."
Reno's violating TOS.
Shinra's finished. It's come down to this. And then Rude just stays silent.
Yeah.
Elena's like, "Rude, Elena, you were a great Turk." And then Reno's like, "Farewell if we both survive. If we can save our lives." He walks off.
Oh, man.
Very cool.
Yeah, then Elena, "Remember the spear of the Turks." She salutes and runs off. And Rude's like, "Our mission's finished." And he follows the rest. And that's the last we see them.
That's really cool.
Nice.
That's really cool.
I do like the one line in there I like is like, we'll try to like save our own lives or whatever. Because like Meteor, the cannon, everything's going wrong. They're like, you know what? Maybe now's not the time.
They're like, yeah.
And the world's coming. Let's just...
See you later.
See you in the live stream, y'all.
Yeah. God, that's a fucking depressing way. Like, all right, see you in the live stream. Yeah, so I didn't have Tifa in the party, so when I go the next room north, she's there, and she just says, "I'm all right, head to the cannon."
Yeah.
And so So I did.
I
Oh.
didn't have Yuffie in my party, so there's a point where the tunnels kind of split off left and right.
Yes.
And she's standing off to the right, and she's just standing there. And when you talk to her, she starts doing her punch animation.
I love her little punch animation.
And she says, "Come on, come on, come on, come on, come on."
That's so good.
Yeah, she kicks
God,
ass.
man, it's sad you could not pick her up feasibly.
So after the fight, you go north, and there's the first split.
3 different ways you can go.
So if you take the left at the first turn, you go straight to the Mako Cannon. If you take a right,
you go to another split, right?
another split. In which if you take a left, it takes you to the entrance if you want to climb the Shinra Tower.
And
again.
we do.
And we do.
And we do.
Should we talk about that now?
Let's do it. I'm ready.
Let's,
Are we gonna do that? Okay, we're gonna go revisit Shinra.
Revisit the Shinra HQ.
Hell yeah.
Which okay, first thing I want to say about the Shinra HQ.
Oh
Okay.
wait,
It looks fine.
the third path.
Oh, yeah,
it's
what's
important
up?
to say that the third path is just nothing. It's just a
Yeah,
dead end.
that's where the
doesn't matter.
that's where the laser barrier I think was.
Yeah.
Before.
Yeah, and now it's like there's no laser barrier or anything, but it's
just
still,
shut
it's just a
off.
dead
Yeah.
end, and you can't go any further.
Yeah.
Everything looks fine despite like the whole overhaul and also like just the Mako Cannon just blowing out every fucking window. But
Yeah, I was gonna say
The elevators are fine though. The outside elevators
Yeah.
with glass did not get blown
Unfazed.
out.
Yeah.
And for the fucking destruction that happened on Rufus's floor, the floor right beneath him is fine. Also, no one ever cleaned the blood off the floor.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
The Genova blood.
Oh yeah, it was worth knowing since everyone's trying to point you towards the Mako Cannon as you're approaching the door to the Shinra Tower. Kate Sith comes running out. It's like, no, the Sister Ray's not this way.
Yeah.
As if like,
Yeah.
what were you doing in there? You
Oh,
look for a little weapon, maybe something.
indeed. Maybe he was looking for something.
Could be. Yeah.
So, my favorite place in any gym is the locker room. It's not true.
It's time for some
At all.
locker room talk, boys.
Yeah, it really
Oh
is.
God, no. This is where we get canceled.
Yeah. Well, I'm gonna.
We're almost to the end.
This isn't gonna be locker room talk. It'll be a locker room shout.
Sure.
Because in one of the lockers is the HP shout. Anyway, the HP shout is Kate Sith's ultimate weapon.
Oh really?
Oh.
Shit. I don't think I got that.
Yeah. Well, then you missed it
I missed it.
forever.
I remember that from Leg Day.
Yeah, the
Oh,
leg day
yeah.
episode.
Where
Yeah.
it's like megaphone. What do we need this
What would,
megaphone?
yeah. What would we do
Wait,
with
I
that
went
megaphone?
there and one of them was just empty, and all the other ones were locked.
It's the top right one, I think.
I thought I went and checked there.
Maybe you got it.
Oh no! What am I gonna do without Ketchi's master
Yeah,
weapon?
Ultimate weapon.
There's also 2 other weapons in there
Oh, yeah.
as well
So if you go into that gift shop where,
on the second floor.
yeah, on the second floor, you can get the Master Fist,
That's right.
which is Tifa's weapon, and then the
Mr. Fist.
pile
bunker.
bunker. But did you notice anything with that?
No.
So when you get it from the chest, it's called
Wait, is it?
the pile.
Oh, you're right.
The pile bunker,
But
and then
when
when
you-
you and like I was like, oh, let me make
The
sure I know
pile
what this is.
banger.
It's the pile banger in the fucking menu.
Oh wow! You know what? I
Yeah.
literally have a screenshot because I wanted to look at it and it didn't even register in my brain that it's not called the same thing.
Yeah, and
Oh.
I don't think the Master Fist is Tifa's ultimate weapon, but it's a very similar weapon to the Power Soul.
Tifa has the worst ultimate weapon.
Yeah.
And so a lot of people stick with the Master Fist.
Yeah, so and I feel like there's a debate over what to use, the Power Soul or the Master Fist, because the Master Fist has more materia slots. They're still single slots, so they're not linked.
Yeah.
But it has 2 more. Still has normal growth, but it has 10 more attack. It's like instead of being 28 attack, it's 38 attack, and it has like 2% more attack percentage.
Okay.
But it has different conditions. I didn't look into it like very thoroughly, but I think it stacks the same sort of way.
I
as,
noticed
like, the
that it
Power
had,
Soul.
like,
but it's more like
conditions.
this one is like if you're poisoned, it increases your power and stuff like that. But I think it might be slightly less with like death sentence than the Power Soul. So it depends
Gotcha.
on what you're doing.
Gotcha. Okay. All right.
Yeah.
Also importantly, while we're down here, the Turtle Paradise newsletter number 2.
Yeah.
So I don't know if you guys remember from the Wu-Tai episode, there's a little mini game of finding all 6 newsletters.
Yeah. One of which is in Yuffie's house.
Yeah, one of which is yeah.
In her basement.
And I remember being like, that's a terrible place to hide that. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, there's one in Shinra HQ.
Yeah, I think it's number 2.
That's correct.
Hell yeah.
Do you remember the floor where we were crawling around the ventilation shafts and
Yes, I
everything?
do.
There's the glow lance there, which is a weapon for Sid, but I did not equip it because I have triple materia growth on the scimitar. I'm not changing that one out.
Do you know what happens if you do equip it?
No.
It's not actually called the Glow Lance.
Get the fuck out.
It is called the Grow Lance.
Oh my god, I have that on the screen too.
I think I mentioned that last week when I said that there's a lot of weird translation things here at like the tail end of the game. Like,
how about this one? This is the thing I didn't realize. Do you remember the vending machine in the gym?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, get some of that sweet
So-
drinks.
Yeah. So
Some
we
of that
like
sweet
we
Mountain
like
Dew. And
put money in it and banged on it and nothing happened and it was like out of order and like somebody next to you was like, oh yeah, that's out of order. Don't use that after you use it.
Yeah.
If you tried to use it the first time and put money in it and you come back and then bang on it, you get a mind source, a speed source. Yeah.
Oh, that's awesome. I did
Wow.
not do that.
Yeah, isn't that weird?
That's super cool.
There's nothing else in the proper, like the main Shinra building. If
Yeah.
you go down the fucking eternal stairs again,
Yeah.
you can find a Behemoth Horn.
Yep.
Oh whoa.
And the
What's that?
the Behemoth Horn is a weapon for Red 13.
Oh.
So again, I don't think it's his ultimate weapon, but it's a good weapon for him.
The thing that upset me the most is, where is Mayor Domino?
Yeah, no, I thought the same thing. I have a screenshot of me in his office.
Yeah, right here.
Feeling like pure shit, just want him back.
Yeah. Dominoes.
He escaped to Costa del Sol.
Shinra is closed for rain.
Yeah. And that's all that's in the Shinra HQ.
Yeah, there is the. Did
69
you?
69 floors.
Did anyone try and use the like the vending machine that you needed the coupons with the first time?
Oh no.
So if you do that, it's just like out of order, I think, but it doesn't say like out of order. It just has this weird like it's like ... ga and then ... ga ... ga.
Oh, I think I did use that. Yeah.
And I think that's just their way of like stylizing that it's like out of order and it's like
It's broken
staticky or
and-
something.
yeah.
Because there's also a place I think we'll talk about going around like the slums.
Yeah.
Again, there's a TV that I think before had like the Shinra Times on it or whatever.
Yeah.
Talking about Avalanche and stuff, and that has like the same sort of thing.
The same text.
Yeah. So I think it's just like, hey, everything's fucked up. Like the news stations are down. Like the
Yeah,
TV's are down. All
yeah.
the electronics are down.
Yeah,
Except
dude,
the elevators, which
Mi-
are unfazed.
Yo, yeah, I know. I was like, Midgar's in kind of a shit state right now.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Like it's not doing well.
The showroom is fine though. They brought their motorcycle in.
Yeah, they put another Hardy Daytona in there.
yeah.
Well, they just brought it back because I'm assuming we just left it there at the end of the highway.
Oh yeah, that's a good
Yeah,
point.
but
They're
like
just
those
like,
fucking
well,
guys.
yeah.
Because someone go get
But it's
that.
out-
They didn't even put gas in it.
I was gonna say it's out of gas, so they have to walk it all the way back.
Yeah. All right, so we ready to continue on toward the
The Canon.
Canon?
Canon. Yeah.
Okay.
Get on and on and on.
Canon.
When we take that left to go to where the cannon is, this is what I've never noticed before. What do you know about the screen that we're on?
Let me pull up the screen that we're on.
All right. Do it. I've never noticed this until I read it on the Wikipedia, and I was like, what the fuck? Oh my god. And I did not realize what we're looking at.
Now that you said it, this does look very familiar, doesn't it?
Yeah. Okay. So let me describe it real quick. So we're coming out of like the subway, right? And so we're still on the tracks, and there's like a little open air portion where like all of a sudden there's no ceiling, right? So we're kind of outside now, and there's like a giant it's like a pylon or something, like a big set of like metal, like it's like one of the struts holding up the cannon, probably.
Yeah.
Right.
Like
There's
scaffolding.
like scaffolding,
Yeah.
and there's just giant cables everywhere that I'm assuming are for the energy for the
cannon,
ray and
yeah.
everything. Yeah. And so like it is like just a big mess of steel and cabling. But do you notice anything else about this area?
Is this the overpass that we fought the
This
Shinra guards on?
this
that we
is the
jumped over?
very same overpass.
Oh, I never noticed that.
Yeah, me neither. Yeah, this is the overpass when as soon as we blew up the first reactor and Cloud was surrounded by the Shinra guards and
Yeah.
he jumped off the platform and landed on top of the train, this is exactly where we are right now.
Yeah, where you can choose to fight them or just
Or run away.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's exactly where we're standing right now.
hell fucking yeah.
Yep. Isn't that wild?
That's fucking awesome. I did not notice that. But
Me
looking at
neither.
it now, I'm like, that makes
It's so
perfect
clear when you actually know.
sense.
But like, yeah,
it's just
I've
a
never
different
realized
different angle that we're looking
So the
at.
way we handle it is the metal scaffolds. You can climb them,
Yeah.
right? So like I still have my my pointers on, so it showed me a green arrow of like this is a ladder, and so I was
Yeah.
like, okay, so you can go up to it, interact with it, climb up to the actual street level now. So we're up off the subway and the rails, right?
Right.
Yeah. and all is fine. We can go to the next screen.
Yeah,
unhindered.
nothing happens.
So the screen starts shaking. The party kind of spreads out.
Yeah.
And I had Yuffie, of course, and she just turns around and says, "Are you serious?"
Yeah.
And I was like, God damn it, I love all of her text.
Oh, that's awesome. I don't know if anyone in my party had any text.
Really?
I think they just kind of stood there.
Sid says, "Hey, hey," which is
Hey.
just some golden,
Ho, ho.
just some golden Sid dialogue.
Oh yeah.
Hey.
Oh wait, no. I see.
He's Herschel Kristofsky. Hey.
Hey. Hey. But yeah, Tifa actually says, "This can't be," and Vincent just says ... exclamation point. So they don't really say much.
Barrett basically says, "What the hell is that?"
That's awesome.
With a little pause in there.
And then
That just makes me think of the Krusty thing where he's trying to
Good God, what is happening in there?
similar, just when he's broadcasting the TV after Sideshow Bob says no more TV.
Oh, yeah.
And he's just like,
let's get busy.
Yeah, but he's just dancing in front of the camera while
Yeah,
making songs. He's like,
Yeah.
what the hell is that, a lawnmower?
Yeah. So good.
But yeah, now we got to fight a fucking Jaeger.
Okay, yeah. So a Gundam rolls in.
Yeah.
And this time it actually is a mobile suit, right?
Yeah.
Like it is not. Like we say that about weapons a lot because they look like fucking Gundams.
Yeah.
This is an actual mech.
Yeah, this is and Scarlet is laughing and she said
the
the top of it opens up a little bit. Oh, that's
Heidegger first.
That's Heidegger, yeah.
Yeah,
but
yeah.
A thing walks in, we can kind of only see it from behind. It's like a massive mech.
Giant fucking robot walks in.
And it kind of lifts up its hand, you can kind of see, and then part of it opens up at the top, almost like the what I would imagine
opening.
Yeah, like the face of the mech or whatever.
Yeah.
And then Heidegger says, "Gyahaha, here they come."
Yeah, so they really showed up.
Yeah. And then the hand that just came up has Heidegger and
Scarlet on it. Yeah.
Just on it, and it starts slowly bringing it forward.
Yeah, so it's kind of cool. I could see it as being very intimidating, you know what I mean?
Oh yeah.
Because the camera is behind the mech and over top of it, so
Yeah.
we only see it from the back, so we're barely seeing them, right?
It's an over-the-shoulder third-person shooter, much like Dirge of Cerberus.
We'll get to you.
But yeah, so they're standing on this hand. It's holding them, you know.
Yeah.
It's badass.
Yeah.
It's actually pretty cool.
Pretty anime.
It is pretty anime. But Heidegger says, "You sure treated us like dogs till now."
Which, I mean, we all treat dogs pretty well, so I would say that's not a fair assessment.
Yeah. If Red was here, he'd be like, "What the fuck?"
Yeah, I'm not a dog.
I know. Scarlet says, "You killed many of my precious soldiers."
Which, true.
Yeah.
And that kind of confirms, I feel like we talked about that on the show in the past where we're like, do we kill these guys or do we just
we're
knock
killing
them out?
them.
No, we're absolutely just killing them.
Heidegger says, "Yeah, let's see how you do against anti-weapon artillery."
Hell yeah.
Also, I'm going to go back real quick and talk about the killing them. You remember when we killed those two guys on the elevator? And they were like, "Yo, whoever doesn't die gets to take that girl out."
And she was bummed about it.
And we fucking murdered the shit out of those two dudes.
Yeah, it's
and she was
11.
just like, "Damn, 2 eligible bachelors gone." Just before their time.
Ain't that just the way?
Yeah.
Yeah, and then Scarlet just says, "You guys are worthless, but my proud creation is great." And then it the hand brings them back up and they're inside the cockpit.
Yeah, they get inside. Yeah, they pilot the Eva.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah,
Yeah.
They are synced up with the Jaeger.
Drift compatible, yeah.
They're drift compatible. They're using it to fight the kaiju that are
They've
weapons.
played DDR with each other enough to make this happen. And Scarlet says, "I'll show you the destructive power of the proud Clod." I love the name of this fucking.
No, I want roast beef. You Clod.
you Clod. Yeah.
Oh
Homer,
man.
you have to stop insulting everyone. Anyway, I love the name of this fucking robot.
It's
the
so
proud
weird.
Clod.
Yeah.
Because a Clod is a slow-moving dingus. Yeah.
A Dorcas.
Yeah, and but it's proud. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? It's also it's kind of Scarlet and Heidegger's things. That's the thing about them, right?
Yeah.
Scarlet is overly prideful, and Heidegger's a Clod.
Oh, I didn't even think of that.
Yeah, I was like, it's very thematically appropriate that
Yeah.
this would be the proud Clod, right?
Yeah.
And it's a giant machine trying to walk around city streets. So there's I don't know. I like the name
It's
because of that.
it's so good. It's so goofy.
Yeah.
And it's got 3 arms. It's got.
Is it just 3?
No, it's got 4.
It's
It's got 4. Okay,
I thought
that
the
makes
same
a lot more sense.
I thought the same as you. I was like, oh, even more like.
It's got 2 right arms and 1 left arm, but no,
Yeah.
there is a second left arm.
Well, yeah, with the exception of like during attack animations, the camera is static in this fight, so it
Yeah.
kind of does look like it only has 3 arms from that angle.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, like when we do moves and it does things, like the camera will change to show it in a cool way or whatever. But with that exception, when we're like queuing up attacks, it only shows it from that one angle.
Right.
That's kind of
exactly.
neat.
Yeah.
Which I think is like supposed to be that way to show the size of it, right?
Yeah.
Yo, this boss. Final Fantasy's weird, man. Final Fantasy VII is so weird. I feel like they threw things at us early, and then after like the halfway point, they were like, fuck it, you know how to play the game. Don't worry about it.
We're not going to challenge
This
it
is like
too
the
hard.
easiest boss yet. I
Yeah.
thought, like...
I'm pretty sure I tried to steal from every like targetable
Okay,
thing.
so
on
it has multiple targets, right?
Yeah.
It has the
Proud
The
Clod,
Proud Clod.
which is like the face like cockpit area.
yeah.
There is the Yamaha Armor.
Yeah, Yamaha
Yeah.
armor, yeah. Which is like its armor plating on the front.
Yeah, exactly.
It does some cool moves. It's got knee blend.
I don't know if I know knee blend. I got knee fire.
Yeah, knee blend is it like crushes you with your knee, with its knee.
knee fire. It kind of just like bends its knee a
And
little
blue
bit.
flames
And
come out. Yeah.
I think it's just regular flames.
Oh, is it red flames?
Yeah,
Okay, I'm
it's just
sorry,
like
I'm sorry.
just normal flames. Just has a flamethrower in its knee.
It's got a wrist laser, which is what it says on the 10. Yeah, its big thing is that it just has a lot of HP,
Yeah.
but not that
Not-
much HP.
Yeah, especially when you have like 2x cut and like
Yeah, that's the
added
thing.
cut.
I cut through this thing, man, like butter. I was just like, damage, just like rolling numbers.
Yeah, I was like slow rolling it because I was like, I want to see if there's anything at all I can steal, and I don't feel like bringing up my phone to look at the like fandom page or whatever. It does have a move called Materia Jammer, which shoots out like a very like it's pretty cool looking. It's like very, a bunch of
I
like
don't think I got
circles
hit
of
with that.
What do you
circles
think
of
Materia Jam tastes like?
yeah, it's got like a bunch of pretty like like ovals of like different colors and stuff.
That's
And
neat.
basically, it'll hit one of your targets, one of your party members, and they won't be able to use like magic materia. I
Is
think.
it silence?
It's not really silence because like I don't know what it does actually because I think I was still able to use like death blow with Tifa.
Interesting.
Unless
Well, that's
it,
a
like,
command, so yeah, maybe just magic and summons.
Yeah,
or
but you would
something.
think like with Materia Jammer, it'd be like, oh, all the materia, the only thing they can use is like item and attack. But no,
Yeah.
I don't know. It's easy.
Bestows
Gives a shit ton of.
Here we go.
Okay,
ahead.
so Materia Jammer says bestows reflect on one opponent, costs 16 MP, can only use if Yamaha Armor is alive. Interesting.
Okay.
Interesting. Oh, if it's reflect on you, then you couldn't like heal yourself. You would reflect against it and heal him instead.
Oh, okay. But if you use an item though,
Yeah.
like if you use one of the 99 elixirs you have now.
So in the list of glitches for this boss fight, speaking of reflect, casting Pandora's box on Proud Clod with a party member and the enemy both having reflect can result in an infinite loop,
Holy shit!
reflecting back and forth between the party and the
Oh
enemy.
wow,
Damn!
Basically soft locking him.
that's awesome.
Holy shit!
That's kind of cool.
That's
Let's
two.
let's
That's
try it
two
out.
soft locks for this game.
I do want to bring. Okay, so I would say we're done with Proud Claude. Like he's
over.
he
We've
ain't
defeated-
no thing.
Yeah, we've defeated Proud Clod. We've got 15,000 experience points. We got
2,500 AP. Yeah, a lot.
2,500 AP, which fucking rules. That leveled up Neo Bahamut for me,
Hell yeah.
and it drops Ragnarok,
Yeah, it does.
which is a kick-ass weapon for Cloud.
Yep, absolutely.
Yeah.
But I'm not done talking about the Proud Claude.
Fuck yeah.
Okay. Battle Square, y'all.
Oh yes.
Taking it back to the
Oh,
Battle
yeah.
Square. If you win, and by win I mean go through all the rounds of Battle Square, like you succeed and you
Yeah.
get to the end, 10 times, I think it's a fully win 10 times, Dio will tell you like, oh, okay, you're a little too good for the Battle Square.
Oh, yeah.
Why don't you go up against my personal armory of enemies? And I
hell
think you
yeah.
can only do it in Disc 3, which like we're going to end Disc 2 today.
Yeah.
After obtaining Omnislash, W Summon, and Cloud's ultimate weapon, can you do this? It says.
Oh,
Wait,
okay.
no, but no, because I had to do it to get Omnislash. That was the way I was able to get Omnislash that fast.
Oh, weird. Well, never mind then.
Is that what it says?
It says Proud Claw can also be fought in the Gold Saucer as a Battle Square special battle available after obtaining Gauntlet Slash.
What?
Or maybe I got. Oh, I had Omni Slash, but I didn't have W Summon. That was probably it. Because W Summon is twice as expensive
as Omni
Slash. That's probably what it was.
It says after obtaining the and.
Which website is that?
I'm still looking at
Fandom.
Fandom, yeah.
Fandom, come get your boy. Doesn't know what he's talking about.
Say what you're gonna say and just have it be wrong. It's fine.
Yeah,
that's what we always do, baby.
The point is, once you get access to the special battle mode where you fight harder battles, the last fight is just one party member versus the Proud Clod.
Hell yeah!
And when you're fighting the Proud Clod with like 8 different like damning handicaps with one person, then it can become a challenge.
Hell yeah!
Like then it's all right as a boss. Yeah.
Yeah, with a broken weapon and
yeah.
Oh, that sounds fun.
Yeah, it's neat. It's neat, but it's a fast way to level up or get some BP.
Yeah. So after you defeat it, Scarlet says, "No way! This is the Proud Clod," and Terrobang.
Yeah.
And then it like turns pink.
A bright pink. I think the idea is that it's like overheating.
Okay. Yeah.
Like, you ever seen those like videos like how hot can this knife get, or like the burning knife?
Yeah. But then,
on
like,
YouTube.
We got a giant block of ice and an impossibly heated knife.
Yeah, like
what'll happen?
The Proud Clod becomes impossibly heated. What will happen?
Much like me on Twitter.
I feel like this isn't the only boss we've fought that has done this, though. Maybe.
I know Sephiroth turned pink, but I don't think it was because he was overheating.
Yeah, and it's
this is
well
done.
This is like Majin Buu / Kirby pink.
Yeah. It's like baby
real
pink.
bubblegum pink.
Yeah, and then Heidegger takes a cue from The Offspring, the band, and says, "Whoa!"
Insert any band like that, like AFI.
Whoa!
Coheed and Cambria.
Yeah.
I thought I knew you.
Whoa!
And then it's funny. I'm pretty sure like everyone's still kind of like, or at least Cloud is still like squared up.
Yeah.
After like they,
Oh yeah, no, it blows the fuck up.
Yeah.
Like, and I would like to say, I said this earlier today when we were off pod. Scarlet and Heidegger. For as many issues as I have about Rufus not being dead in the fucking extra extended universe of FF7,
yeah,
Shinra and Heidegger are super fucking dead.
Scarlet.
They are. I'm sorry, Shinra.
No,
yeah, Scarlet. Scarlet and Heidegger are dead as fuck.
Fuck yeah.
They do not return in anything. They are dead.
They're dead. We just committed a murder.
Just rewind that back. Gonna witness the murder. Got him.
Hell yeah.
Fucking got him. Get
Owned.
Get
stuffed.
junked.
Yeah.
So I'm looking at the Ragnarok now, and up until this point I've been using the Crystal Sword, and I think it has the same like amount of slots and the same materia growth and everything, but it bumps it up from 76 attack to 97.
Oh damn.
So it's a pretty
considerable.
Yeah, exactly.
I like it. I'm into it. So we walk up north, one screen, right?
This is also a familiar screen.
Yes, this is also a familiar screen.
So this is it now. This is what it used to look like.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
Like they just took the same map and they so this is when you walk in from I think the train station. There's like usually a clock right.
This is good podcasting.
Hell yeah.
Either way, like when you go to where is like this is when you leave the reactor right after we did.
Yes.
Right after we committed our first terrorist
It's
attack.
where that guy was like reading the Avalanche graffiti and he's like,
oh yeah,
Avalanche. Shinra doesn't care about the planet. Join Avalanche today or whatever,
Hell yeah.
Yeah, so this is like that same place with the I pointed out the Mount Colts poster.
Oh
it's
yeah.
a billboard is Mount Colts, an area from FF6.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, this is that place, which is so fucking wild that it's here again.
Yeah, now it's got like scaffolding and a save point. And...
Yep. You can get the immediately. There's 2 treasure chests as soon as you walk in with an elixir and a mistile. I think the mistile's an armor. Is that right?
I believe you're right. Let me see here.
You used to be able to get a potion.
Yeah,
here.
it's an armor and let me see. It's it's a pretty good armor. It bumps up your defense percent, and magic defense
Okay.
percent.
How about the Gross Panzer? Y'all fight that?
I don't know if I fought that.
Oh, I fought so many of them.
What's the gross Panzer?
Oh, I think I had.
yeah.
I had
guy's-
attacks off at this point. Oh, that looks like kind of like the enemy that we fight at the end.
You had your pants off at this point?
Yeah.
Yeah, it looks like the what the
The
fuck was it?
rollerball.
Yeah, I think it was Rollerball from
Rollerball, yeah, that was the
from
name of it.
Edgar Highway.
Yeah, it's like a slightly smaller one of those.
It's a tankified version.
It has a crap load of HP for a normal enemy. Like, this normal enemy is harder than the Proud Clod, like, by a sizable amount.
Yeah,
like,
I didn't even fight it.
Yeah.
Oh, shit.
Yeah, it has 4 parts to it. It has 2 turrets, a, like, spiked roller in the front,
Yeah.
and a turret on top, like a cannon. And it attacks with all of them regularly and does a lot of damage. I was like, dude, this is way harder than the boss we just fought. Like,
Absolutely.
Proud Clod. What a fucking piece of junk.
Oh, my God.
What a piece of crap. Yeah, this thing's kind of... And it's a sponge, too. It takes a minute to beat up.
Damn.
After I fought a couple of them, after running up and down the stairs here a couple times, I was like, you know what? Battle's off. I'm done with this.
Yeah. I did that preemptively without even realizing it.
Eh.
I was just like, I don't want to fight more of those fucking stupid, like, little guys and the ones who get me confused.
All right, so... Okay. So there's a set of stairs that go up from here, right?
Correct.
Like, that weren't there before. These are the stairs that actually allow us to get to the cannon mainframe, I guess.
Yeah.
Like, it's at the top of these,
to
right?
where we're going.
Yeah, it basically is going to put us on top of the cannon.
Yeah.
I will say that if you don't have Vincent, you can see Vincent on the stairs here.
Okay.
Because Vincent has the grudge against Hojo, right?
Yeah.
And so even if you don't have him, he just says, "Damn, Hojo." And that's it, right? But he's like shaking his fist or whatever.
Sure. Shake harder, boy.
Who did you have in your party besides that?
I had Vincent and I had Tifa. I will say that with Vincent in my party, it was Ketchi who was on the...
Ketchi's there as well.
Okay.
Yeah, he still says this way. Or, yeah.
Yeah.
I had
Vincent's.
Oh, he's on the next screen. I see.
I had Barrett and Yuffie.
Okay, so a certain something happens only if you have Barrett. If you don't have
Really?
Barrett, it doesn't happen.
Oh, fuck.
And once again, this is the only place you can get it. On the last platform on the stairs before you get to the top of the cannon, there's a treasure box only if you have Barrett in your party.
What
It
the
does
fuck?
not appear if anybody else is, if he's not in your party. Because I got to the top and I was like, wait. No, I gotta go back. And because I had just remembered as I walked past it, and I was like, wait, hold on, I know something's wrong here. This is not right. And so I had to run back, put Barrett in the party, run back up the stairs, get the item, run back down the stairs, get Barrett out of the party, run
outta
back
here.
up the stairs.
Wow.
But if you have Barrett and you open that box up, he actually has text. I think it's like the only time you open a treasure box and somebody talks instead of...
Yeah.
Yeah. And he says, hey, this is ... And it says, received the missing score. And he says, this is great. Hold on, Hojo. Like he's going to go fuck him up.
What the fuck?
Missing score.
Barrett's ultimate weapon.
Oh, fuck.
Or is it his... No, it's his ultimate weapon, yeah.
Yeah, no, that makes
Yeah.
sense.
So it's Barrett's best weapon.
Fuck, I gotta reload a save.
I know, and,
God damn.
and they don't tell you or anything. There's no way that you would know. Did you fight anybody on this platform?
I did not because I still had encounters up.
You bastard! Because we finally, for the first time, roll up against the rest of first class soldier here.
Oh, fuck yeah.
Yeah.
Holy
so
shit.
here they are, the fucking first class soldiers, baby.
Goddamn, we finally made it.
And they also, I was like, I'm gonna steal from them, and they give you the Shinra Alpha, like we were talking about before.
Oh, hell yeah.
Yeah. So, but they're at this point they're not that special. Which
Yeah,
I
of
mean,
course,
like,
yeah. I mean, we're well outclassed by this point, yeah.
Yeah, right. And you can also fight the oh god, where is it? The maximum Chimera here, and it's spelled phonetically, which I think is the funniest fucking thing. Like Chimera is Kimaira,
Whoa. Chimera.
like
Let me see it. I
Chimera.
don't know if I...
Actually, it'd be like Chimera.
Chimera. I think that kind of looks like the harpy enemy, but maybe it's
Yeah, sort of. Yeah,
it's like different colored or something.
and it is a Chimera.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
Fuck. I missed a lot of that.
Yeah, man, this area is chock full. Also, I didn't realize this looking at this screen right here. We're not actually on top of the cannon. We're just up to height with it.
Oh, wow.
Because I think that's the barrel in the background there.
Yeah, I think... No, you're absolutely right, yeah. This is the mainframe of it.
Yeah. So I think we're beside...
Yeah, we're in Sector 8. That thing's in Sector 6, remember?
No, yeah,
Oh,
my
yeah.
mistake. Yeah, but we walk up onto it and our I want to say also I also want to say this before we start this fight. I shit you not, did not organize it this way. Just happenstance. Cloud, Yuffie, and Sid all were in limit break before I started this fight.
That's fucking perfect.
I was just like, this is gonna, he's gonna get fucked.
This is gonna be good.
Yeah. All right, man. So, somebody else run into it.
So, if you remember from last week's episode, I talked about how if you held right and walked all the way, you would end up at a point that we're going to be getting to soon, and it's this exact point.
Welcome back, listener.
Yeah.
But you kind of walk forward and you see the same screen that we saw where Hojo was like just talking about
Flailing away on the buttons.
giving the Mako to Sephiroth and talking about, you know, all of that lore dump that he gave us. And now we're standing in front of him as Cloud, and then that's where Cloud says, Hojo, stop right there, which is what will happen if you just held right, but Cloud will be invisible and only your other two teammates will be there.
I love that.
So all of that stuff that we just talked about this week would be completely missed. No W item, no Barrett's like final limit break.
Yeah.
Like, none of the stuff in the Shinra building.
That's so wild. I had no idea.
Yeah.
That's so
yeah.
cool.
And then all the music as well. So Cloud says, Hojo, stop right there. And he says, oh, the failure.
Although, you know what? Even though he called us a failure is capitalized, which I feel like he's
true.
at least given us a proper noun. Right?
Yeah, exactly. And then Cloud says, at least remember my name. It's Cloud. And Hojo says, every time I see you, it pains me that I had so little scientific sense. I saw you as a failed project, but you were the only one that succeeded as a Sephiroth clone. I'm even beginning to hate myself.
Oh, man.
It's really good.
Dude,
Good, dude. Welcome to the club. you piece of shit.
Hojo's such a fucking piece of shit. I know I say this all the time, but like,
Yeah.
I hate him. He's such a fucker. Like, I think he is the bad guy of Final Fantasy VII.
I think you're absolutely right, and I
Yeah.
think we get a little more of that here.
Yeah, we do.
Absolutely proving it.
Yeah.
And Cloud goes on and says, none of that matters. Just stop this nonsense. Stop this malarkey. And,
Hojo can have a little malarkey.
and Hojo says, nonsense? Oh, this. Ha ha ha. Sephiroth seems to be counting on the energy, so I'm going to lend him a hand. And then Cloud says, why? Why do that? And he says, quit asking me why, you
moron.
Actually, you might make a good scientist.
Yeah, I know. You might make a good scientist because he's
like-
always asking why.
So asking questions a good scientist makes.
Yeah.
According to Hojo, who is canonically in this game the shitty scientist compared to Dr. Gast.
Hojo says, energy level is at 83%. It's taking too long. My son needs power and help. That's the only reason.
Oh, shit.
What? Yo, just drop some fucking information.
BT dubs, my son.
Yeah, and Cloud says, your son? And Hojo starts to laugh and says, ha ha ha. He doesn't even know it.
Oh, man.
And then
he continues to laugh.
He
laughs
he
very...
freaks out laughing.
He
It's
does
all
it-
caps. And,
It's Mandark laughing. It's ha ha ha, ha ha ha.
yeah, it really is. He says, what will Sephiroth think when he finds out that I'm his father? He always looks down on me. Ha ha ha.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
Yeah, and Cloud says, Sephiroth is your son? And Vincent just says dot dot dot, like exclamation point.
Oh, my God. He says, I offered the woman with my child to Professor Gast's Genova project. When Sephiroth was still in her womb, we took Genova's cells, dot, dot, dot. Ha, 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 all exclamation points, all capitalized.
Yeah.
And Cloud says, I can't believe you're the one that did this.
Yeah.
Vincent,
after he hears it, he goes, you! Like,
oh, my God, because he was in love with Lucretia.
There's some important shit going on with Vincent here,
Yeah. Cloud says, illusionary crime against Sephiroth, which is a weird one. Not illusionary, he did it. But anyway, yeah. Hojo says, he, no, you're wrong. It's my desire as a scientist.
Yeah.
I was defeated by my drive to become a scientist, and I lost last time, too. I've injected, good lord. I've injected Genova's cells into my own body. Here are the results.
Before that, though, right before Hojo says all that stuff there, Vincent has some dialogue.
Does he?
Yeah,
I didn't have Vincent. So.
It just is dot, 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 and then he says, I was wrong. The one that should have slept was dot, dot, dot. You, Hojo.
Oh, shit. That's
Yeah,
amazing.
hell yeah.
I should have brought Vincent into this.
I didn't even mean to do, I didn't even think about it. And then I was just like, oh, shit, he's actually, the one you should bring.
Yeah.
Time for the box.
Time for the urn. Oh, it's time for the box because
In the box, Hojo.
Yeah, he's the man in the box now.
So we're
hey, I wanted to before we get in the fight, I just want to say real quick. I think it tracks. I don't think there's any inconsistency here, but I just wanted to bring it up real quick. The flashback at Calm.
Yeah.
When we're talking about Nibelheim and everything, and when everybody's walking into the town.
Yeah.
You remember? And he's like, "Oh, how does it feel to be back in your hometown?" I wouldn't know. I don't have a hometown. Blah blah blah.
Yeah.
And he says, "Yo, go see your parents." He's like, my mother was blah blah
was
blah,
Genova.
and my father ... And he just starts laughing, and he's like, "Oh boy,"
He says,
And I was like, "Does Sephiroth know?"
Yeah, that's a good point.
I don't know if he does, because he might just be laughing like, "How I didn't have a father." Ha ha ha.
Yeah.
I know he knows who Sephiroth is. Because
You mean Hojo?
yeah, I'm sorry.
Sephiroth knows who Hojo is.
Exactly. Yeah, because he does say something about like he's like, "Ugh, I know a scientist who wouldn't enjoy hearing things like that."
Yeah.
And he calls him like a simple-minded man.
Yeah, and
stuff like
Hojo
that.
said himself, he's like, Sephiroth was always looking down on me.
Yeah, so I don't know if Sephiroth does know that Hojo's his father. He might just think that like, "Oh, I don't have one." But it's weird that
Or
he
he
like
could-
laughs
or-
like that.
Yeah, it could be one of two things, I think. I mean, it could be a fucking multitude of things, but I'm going to
Yeah.
boil it down to these two. It could be that he's like, oh, if I have like a human father or whatever, it doesn't matter because I am the son of Genova, so the only thing that matters
Well,
is
he didn't
that
know
I-
at the time.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Wait,
he
yeah.
he had
Who
no
did he
idea.
say his mother was?
didn't say who it was, but he knows that it's Lucretia.
Oh, okay. Okay,
Yeah.
yeah.
But yeah, we actually have like
Well,
the-
there's a lot of conjecture
yeah,
there.
we have like the full Sephiroth story now though.
Yeah.
Like
There's only like one loose end that we have to tie
Yeah,
up, which
that we'll
is
get eventually.
more into...
But we do know that like Genova is not his mother,
Yeah.
right? Like
Yeah.
we know that he actually had two biological parents.
Yep.
Like, he had Hojo and Lucretia, right?
Yep,
Like,
exactly.
you know how you were saying one time you were like, "Oh, Aerith and Sephiroth might be the ancients because they have the same hair spike and everything."
Yeah.
Hojo also has a little hair spike.
Hojo's an ancient confirmed. You heard it here
No,
first.
I didn't mean that. But I mean like that's I don't
Yeah.
I don't think it was purposely designed that way, but it's an interesting coincidence
Yeah,
that like
at that point, I like had completely forgotten all of this plot dump. So like,
yeah.
I was just like, oh, that's interesting. Like they have similar hairstyles.
It is interesting because like all the ancients that we know of do have that hairstyle, and Sephiroth says he is, and he has those same bangs.
Yeah.
And like you don't think about
I mean, like-
Hojo because Hojo's like balding, right?
Yeah.
But like he still has like the little like two bangs or whatever that stick out front. He still has it even though he is going bald.
Yeah.
So like it's interesting. I don't know if that's
It
a
is
design
interesting.
choice, but it's an interesting
Yeah.
thing
It's
to think that like, oh, if Sephiroth got old, he would look like Hojo. like if we didn't have to go fucking fight him and everything, and he was just allowed to age normally, like
Yeah.
would he turn into like would he look like Hojo when he's older?
yeah. So canonically, the only hair that passes through generation is from what the fuck is the name of the town? Gungaga.
Yeah.
Zack and the Gungagan men.
yeah. So yeah. Anyway,
So now we got to fight.
it's time. It's finally time to fucking put him down.
We got to put him down.
It's time for the urn, Grandpa.
Hell yeah. Wait, so what is this boss's name?
It says Hojo first.
Yeah. Okay, so it's just Hojo, and
Yeah.
he says Gwahaha, and what he does is his first move is like called Capsule,
Yes.
and he just kind of throws out a capsule, and like some like shining light comes out, and it creates two like they're called samples, but
I love the name of these samples.
yeah
One is Bad Rap.
can't spell crap without bad rap.
Oh my god. And the other one is called the Poodler.
yeah, Poodler sample. Yeah.
Yeah, and he says, "Ha, now let's see. Let's see how the Mako juice is reacting."
Yeah.
And Mako juice is capitalized. I love that.
Oh yeah.
We fought the Poodler on the Gelnica.
Oh, did we?
Yeah. We
Oh
did.
yeah, you're right. We did.
Oh,
Interesting.
Okay. And that
Oh,
makes
and those were
sense.
all unknown, like weird monsters, right? Like those were
Yeah.
monstrosities.
And that was I think what the Turks were saying there is that like
anti-weapon stuff.
yeah, or anti-Sephiroth stuff, wasn't
That's
it?
right,
Yeah,
anti-Sephiroth
they were
stuff.
like building these biological creatures and monsters to try
Yeah.
and like, fight Sephiroth.
So that makes sense. Hojo's the one who's been building them.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly, yeah.
Wow. How about that? Piece
Hell
that
yeah.
together.
So like yeah, after you attack him a couple
Poodlin.
times,
Poodlin.
he'll talk about the Mako juice if you give enough damage to him, and then he
All
disappears.
right. Here's what you do. You have Cloud, Yuffie, and Sid all in limit break, and you use Yuffie's limit break first. Takes him down. He's done.
Yeah.
He does that like dissolves into polygons, into red polygons and shakes thing.
Yeah.
And like, good job, we beat him. Just kidding.
Yeah, he has the second phase, and it's the Helitic Hojo.
Yeah.
Which
Heretic, maybe?
I'm wondering if it
Poetic.
was supposed to be, yeah. So it's spelled Helitic Hojo, and
Yeah.
you're thinking like,
Helvetica
oh,
Hojo.
hell, he's like a demon or whatever.
Right.
Like he's a real fucked up looking, like definite, like I know I say this a lot, but like looks very Evangelion angel.
Yeah.
And like he still kind of has his like human features for his head, but his mouth is like enormous.
I would say there are human-esque features on it,
Yeah.
but like they are
It's like if his face split open and he had like more of a snake head.
kind of like a Resident Evil transformation. kinda
Absolutely,
thing.
100%.
Yeah.
And like his like jaw is like the dead hand enemy from Ocarina of Time.
Yeah.
It's like in the bottom of the well
Yeah.
in the Shadow Temple and shit.
And what you
but-
do here is you use Sid's limit break high wind, and it takes care of this form.
Yeah, and this is another one of the fights where you can attack the right arm or the left arm or like just the main Hojo.
Right.
Which I am wondering though if it is a translation error where it was supposed to be heretic just because of the R and the
That's
L.
what I wonder. Yeah.
In Japanese, it is heretic.
Yeah.
Literally.
So yeah, and that makes sense. Like Helitic sounds pretty fucking cool though.
Yeah,
like, I do
yeah.
like that.
He has a lot of status magic. He can cast confusion, sleep,
Yeah.
the number of like stats, and I feel like that's kind of like the
challenge.
challenge of this one. That's the gimmick of this fight. Is that there's three of them. One tells the truth and one tells only lies. One of them does a bunch of different stats. One will do like physical attacks, and the other one will do elemental attacks. Right.
Yeah, exactly.
So. Yeah, so you got your work cut
yeah.
out for you there, but
Yeah, and then like once you kill it, it has like a pretty sick animation.
oh
where
my
it
god, its
falls
animation
over,
is so good.
And then like one of the arms, I think, like grabs onto it and like
Yeah,
it transforms even further.
Yeah, one of the larger arms like grabs the rest of the body and
it
then
like
starts
blows
to, like,
up.
explode. Yeah, and then you get this weird, like it's actually more like human-like than the second one, I guess.
Yeah.
Where God, how do you describe it? It's almost like Frieza, but without legs.
Yeah. I like how we have two ways of describing the monsters in Final Fantasy though. And it's
Like Frieza.
It's like
Yeah.
a Evangelion angel or Frieza.
Yeah.
But yeah, so it's Lifeform Hojo NA, which stands for North America.
It has a okay, so the torso is like a normal human torso, right? I should say its like skin is gray. It's like bloodless or something.
Kind of got like a mermaid tail situation going on.
Yeah, like a
little
mermaid
bit.
tail situation going on. It's floating. Its arms are really long. Like it has like humanoid arms,
Yeah.
but they're much longer than would be. So it has that like kind of creepy effect of that uncanny valley. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And then a head kind of like a Frieza thing.
Kind of looks like the Skyrim logo.
So
you beat this, and then
I
you
can
end
see
up
it, and that's why like, I'm laughing about it.
after you beat this boss fight, you end up in the beginning cutscene of Skyrim.
So you're awake.
So it has a combo move where it will just like
You and
continue-
that horse thief over there. I'm sorry. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
But it'll like attack you and cast poison on you, and like will just continually deal damage like over and over and over again. It was interesting though because when he was attacking Cloud pretty much like dodged every single one.
Yeah,
of them.
yeah.
So it was just like hit and he gets poisoned, and then like miss, hit, and then went and hit Tifa and just like destroyed her basically.
Oh no!
Every single one hit her.
So his combo move is pretty strong.
Yeah.
It's only a one hit target, so it's not like devastating.
Right.
But like it can kill you though. It can
Oh, yeah,
KO
for sure.
a party member absolutely. I would say out of the three, it's probably the most dangerous one.
Yeah.
But as long as you're like not playing on 3 times speed the whole time or something, like it's not.
It's a
terrible.
pretty easy fight.
Yeah.
Gives a shit ton of EXP and AP. It's,
To beat the third form, what you want to do is use Cloud and use Meteor. And that's how my fight with Hojo went.
hell yeah.
Also, first fight that's had 3 forms.
Yeah, 3 phases. Yep.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
Wild.
Yeah. But yeah, 25,000.
Also, how
EXP.
cool is this fucking picture of fucking Yuffie standing in fire, like
Oh, that
getting ready to
rules.
do?
Oh, that was after she set Nibelheim on fire, right?
Yeah, yeah.
That was my background in high school on my school.
You were saying
computer.
that. Oh, okay, all right. You remember how earlier so like you said, we got a lot of AP or you were going to say we got a lot of AP and experience for this one.
Yeah.
You remember how you read off the element, like
Oh,
everything
God,
that I
yeah,
got?
yeah.
Let's do it again.
We were bringing that segment back
Let's bring it back. All right,
from
here we go.
last week.
That's right. All right. It's 25,000 experience and
2,500 AP.
That's correct. All right. This is my materia growth at the end of this battle.
All right, let's go. So it's HP plus level up, and also HP plus was born. So mastered that. All level up. MP plus level up. HP plus another HP plus level up and born. MP plus was also born, but it's on the next screen. Mystify was level up. Comet was level up, and mastered Comet.
Yeah.
Comet.
And an all was
and
born.
An all was born.
And an HP plus was born.
Jesus fucking Christ. Yeah, I just got one all born and Mystify level
yeah. I had a very prolific Hojo fight.
Hell yeah, that fucking
it was
rules.
very good. And you get a power source for winning. So that's nice. So that's nice.
Nice.
And I like the gravity of the situation and everything. Like we've just learned that like Sephiroth is Hojo's biological son, and like it's kind of like it feels weird, you know. And we just fucking killed him, right? Like we just killed Hojo, somebody who's been around since the beginning of the game,
pretty much. Yeah,
we put him down, and I like that just Cloud just ... Sid swears in the little zoinks.
The zoinks.
And Yuffie just says, "How sad for him."
Kate Sith says, "I'm so glad you came."
What?
Oh, because we stopped the.
Oh,
thing.
right, because he was kind of orchestrating.
Oh
this
yeah,
going
that's
there.
true.
And he said, "You'll come, right?" Yeah, right. Vincent says, "Hojo ... Rest in peace." Which, like, I get it. You're a goth. You're into cemeteries and shit, death and stuff. But come on, dude. You could say "rest in piss." Embrace the skater goth, at least. Tifa says, "I can't believe Sephiroth is Hojo's son." And then the screen just kind of fades to black.
I have nothing. I'm too disturbed and shook to say anything.
Much like Remy, I pissed my pants.
We'll see you on the other side, listener.
See you in the live stream. Carl has been in the bathroom, taking a bathroom break, for over 7 days.
This one was a lot longer than the previous PB that I had, which was a minute and 50 seconds.
I mean, it's fine. Cloud took about 7 days to get out of the live stream too.
Our Lord and Savior Cloud Strife fell into the live stream, and 3 days later he rose again. Ultima Weapon moved Medeal aside, and he emerged.
Man, I can't wait for the DLC in the Jesus game where you get to play as Zack. I am actually really excited to see what the fuck's up with that Jesus game and what happens with it.
God, man. I just want to make like a joke about like before Crisis is BC.
I mean, you're not wrong.
It's also right, in fact.
So we're back on the high wind.
So we are back on the high
Don't
wind.
say Carl's catchphrase.
I didn't realize that until you pointed it out. I was like, oh, God.
Yeah.
It's comforting.
I didn't do it.
Sorry, Carl, please.
Is Carl here today?
So we're back on the high wind.
All right.
There it is.
There it is.
And
There's
our whole gang is here.
That's right.
Minus Aerith, who's still dead.
Still.
Still.
Who's still dead. Still.
Unless maybe Alex has her in his party, but I don't know.
Oh, no. It got too messy.
I
I had to move on.
He no longer has Aerith 2. He now has Aerith Dose. Yeah, so there's, like, look, going into this next section, there's just going to be a lot of text. Like, we're kind of rolling up on expository information.
Yeah. And, like, this kind of just goes on and on. Like, it's a very good
really
part. There's a lot of emotional heft to it. I
Yes.
don't even know if that's the correct
Yeah, well, I feel
word
like
to use, but I'm going to use it confidently so no one can call me out on it.
I
And
think,
people are like,
like-
no, that's probably right, until they Google it, and then they're like, fucking idiot.
Episode title, Emotional Heft. Yeah, I would say that this is like the emotional climax in a way.
Yeah.
If that makes sense. Like I feel like, the climax is obviously going to be going to Northern Crater and settling things,
Yeah.
right? But this is like where all of the characters' individual stories kind of build to.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
exactly.
Like we've gone through each character's history, their backstory, why they're here, and are now kind of bringing it together.
Except Vincent.
Yeah, except Vincent.
We haven't fully gone into yet,
That's
but
correct.
soon.
Is that next episode?
I think it is.
Oh my God.
I think it is.
Lord. Anyway, yeah, so there's a lot of text coming up.
Yeah.
So instead of reading it bit by
Verbatim.
bit, I figure we'll
We're going to have Siri do it through yinza.com.
Yes.
I'm looking at a different site now.
Ooh,
my
what?
script.
Shit. Friendship with the Yinza canceled.
Yeah.
Now, what is it?
I'm looking at liatoisageek.net.
Now Liato is a geek is my best friend. But yeah, to start things off, like everything kind of fades back in on the high wind, and Ket Shi says Shinra's finished, and Cloud continues and says meteor's gonna fall in about, and then like Red cuts him off and says 7 more days. That's what grandfather said.
So don't go to the bathroom.
Yeah, so no one go to the bathroom.
Yeah. And so Cloud starts talking to the different party members, and he's like, Red 13, don't you want to go back to Cosmo Canyon? Barrett, don't you want to go see Marlene? And he's kind of doing that to multiple characters. And like I said, instead of like going through every single line, I'll kind of tell what he's saying here.
Yeah.
He tells the party that, like, okay, we have 7 days to release Holy. After that, there won't be any planet to protect.
Yep.
If we don't stop Sephiroth, it's as good as death for us, he says. So,
yeah. And he kind of like caps that off by just being like, yeah, like this is like we all know the stakes. Here's where we're at. Like if like we're getting ready to do this, like it doesn't matter. If we fail here, we're going to die anyway. We have 7 days to live, and if we don't do it, we're going to like die anyway. So we might die a little sooner by getting fucking owned by Sephiroth. Or like if not, then we're just going to die from meteor anyway.
Yeah. And so like what he was saying to the other party members, he kind of says like, okay, I know that we're going to go do this and that's what we're trying to do, but it's not really about that for a lot of us, is it? He says, for me, it's a personal feud, and it just so happens that saving the planet is part of that personal feud.
Yeah.
So he wants everybody to understand why they're fighting, right?
Yeah.
He's like, I think everybody's doing it for themselves, so everybody needs to start thinking about why we're going into it, because this is the real big thing, right?
Yeah.
Which I guess kind of makes sense. Like, if this is the point of highest adversity, you need something to keep yourself grounded to be able to take it on, right?
Yeah, exactly.
And if a creepy-ass Sephiroth in the Temple of the Ancients was any indication of, like, what it's going to be like, then, like, you probably will need grounding.
Even more so, I feel like, too, because, like, every encounter that we've had with Sephiroth leading up to this, like, hasn't really been Sephiroth, like the actual Sephiroth.
Yeah,
like,
right. Yeah, we still haven't fought him.
The last time we actually saw him was when he was like encased in that like crystal or whatever it was.
Yeah,
that, like
right.
Getting the black materia and like falling into the crater.
Yeah, and Barrett says he agrees with Cloud. He kind of goes back over Avalanche's history, right?
Yeah.
And he says like, oh yeah, for me it was fighting back against Shinra for what they did to my hometown, and at first I thought it was cool saving the planet and everything, and he kind of admits like, oh yeah, I blew up a lot of stuff and a lot of people died, and maybe that wasn't the right way to do it.
Yeah.
But now he's down with it. He knows what Cloud's saying. He says like, yeah, Marlene is who I'm doing this for. And then Cloud kind of gives a challenge to everybody on the ship and is like, well, if that's the case, then I want everybody to leave the ship. We're gonna park. Everybody go back to your hometown. And we're parked in the B lot.
Everyone remember where we're parked.
Yeah, and
put a pin on your iPhone so you know where we're parked. Right.
And everybody.
Did you actually drop everyone off? Do you think?
Probably. I think.
Yeah.
I would think.
Yeah,
so.
I would imagine like.
So we only have 7 days, so you have to walk home.
Yeah.
Yeah. Right. Yeah. It'd be over by the time we got back. But yeah, he tells them all to reconvene at the High Wind. Once
he's like one of those YouTubers who's like, this is going to be a long video. There's going to be a lot of tea. So go grab a snack, hit the pause button right now, get ready, and settle in, get cozy on the couch.
I'm ready for a video essay.
I never fucking get that because it's like.
You can just pause it when you
can pause it whenever. Like if you're like you see how long the fucking video is gonna be. You're like, oh, this.
I'm gonna start every one of my streams that way from now on.
I'm gonna start every podcast from now on. Being like, guys, this is gonna be a long one, so get a snack.
We're almost done with this fucking season, and like we should have given that heads up in the beginning.
Yeah, never too late.
Yeah, never too late. We'll do it now, guys. It's a long podcast. Go get a snack. But he does say like, go back to your towns, find out what you're fighting for, and then come back. But you don't have to come back. He like kind of tells them all like, this is like life or death, and I don't want to make that decision for you. No one will think less of you if you just stay away. Like no one will think about it if you stay and you don't want to go to the Northern Crater.
Yeah.
So maybe no one will come back. Who knows?
Yeah, it's very action movie. I feel like this happens. I can't think of any specific examples right now, but the whole thing of like, oh well,
either with me or against me, kind of, or not really
not
that.
Or, not like.
Or what was another Life Aquatic thing? If you're not against me, don't cross this line or something like that.
yeah, right. Yeah, the movie's so good.
Sorry, but
yeah,
like I feel like there are a lot of. I mean, maybe it's just like the things I've absorbed, but like. There's a lot of team ups where like Dragon Ball Z where all these people are friends by the end of it, but you're like, why are these guys sticking together?
Yeah.
But this actually like it does very well, like kind of flesh out everyone's backstory, like why they're in it, to why they're all fighting together.
Yeah.
Besides that, the planet is in danger, but
yeah, right, yeah.
Danger of extinction would totally unify everyone. Would
You'd think. What a fantasy game this is.
Well, I'm fucking bummed now. So everybody gets off the ship. Everybody goes back to wherever they're from and does their thing, with the exception of Tifa, who's still on the ship.
And Cloud.
Right.
And Cloud, right.
Yeah.
And I guess, the crew of the ship is also gone.
Yeah, the crew of the ship is also gone.
Yep.
That pilot guy. We can't get anywhere now without him.
Yeah, just a
I have to
completely empty
assume
ship.
that I guess Cloud could fly it maybe, or he thinks that he could. Because they send all the technicians home.
Yeah, I mean, I guess he knows enough to like fly from wherever they're tethered up, or if he did go and drop everyone off, then he probably flew it back to like where they are.
Yeah.
I think they're like just outside of the.
I don't know.
Everyone just got on their own chocobos, their own gold chocobos, and went their separate ways.
Some of us only have one golden chocobo. Thank you.
Check your privilege, Carl.
Yeah, I was gonna say, you haven't been paying your fair share of chocobos.
That's true. You'll never take them from me.
Yeah, but Tifa's still left, and she kind of says that she has nowhere else to go, which is kind of true, right? Like, because we know a lot about. I feel like we probably know more about Cloud and Tifa's backstory than anybody else.
So you kind of have their backstories are very intertwined, which is like they're both in the same town. Both of their parents, as far as you know, have been lost to this whole thing with Sephiroth.
Yeah,
So,
and even on top of that, like we know that Tifa's mom died before like the events of what was going on, and then like with all this, like the inciting incident, pretty much of this with like Nibelheim being burnt down and everything, like everyone was lost except for maybe Tifa's like martial arts like trainer.
Well, I
or
still
whatever.
think that the photographer is gonna. He did that wink at the camera.
Speaking of, because Cloud is a clone, right?
No.
Oh, he's not actually.
He's not a clone. He was injected with Genova cells.
Okay.
Yeah.
With Sephiroth bits.
Gotcha.
Yeah. Sephiroth bits.
Sounds like a really gross cereal.
I was thinking it was like a salad topping. Like,
So never mind. I was like, so we don't actually know who his father is, right? Do we know?
No,
much
I
about
think it's like a Pokemon thing, like
it's
the
maybe,
Mr. Mime.
Maybe it's
Mr. Mime.
maybe it's Giovanni. I don't know.
yeah.
Man, Mr. Mime in like a fucking Hawaiian shirt is so good.
I know.
There might be like a Cloud dad.
He looks like Phil and Lil's dad from Rugrats.
That's so good. Yeah, but we kind of get a cool little scene here, right? We get like one of these one-off screens that we only see one time. And I think it is it's the picture from like the booklet that shows the high wind, right?
It's under the belly on like a open field.
Right, yeah.
Or hillside.
Yeah, it seems like a hillside or something.
hillside,
but
canyon.
Yeah, and I think like the
Precipice, as it were.
It's on the Windows XP wallpaper.
yeah, Bliss, yeah. But it's like dusk, I guess. Would you say dusk in this picture?
It's a little green. What time of day is it green?
It's the green hours.
I mean,
the greening hours.
Meteor's kind of fucking up the whole
Oh, that's
perception
right.
of time.
True.
Anyway.
Oh man, remember when it was above Midgar?
Goddamn.
I mean, I guess it still is above Midgar, but I mean like the FMV where the sky's all green. What a good FMV. Yeah. Oh, anyway. Yeah, but we get I feel like this is like the culmination of Tifa and Cloud's story.
Yeah.
In a way, right?
Yeah.
So I'll actually start reading some dialogue here if it's all right with you.
Yeah, no, I think we should. I think this is the scene to do it.
Tifa says, so they're standing there too. They're like on this precipice, as it were. And Tifa's like crazy close to the camera. This is probably the best shot we get of any in-game model in the game.
Yeah.
Right? Like never is there another character standing as close to the camera, I don't think.
Yeah. I'm
Maybe
trying to think.
Elena when she like peeks her head out and
Yeah.
icicle and
Yeah, icicle in.
Maybe around like some of the flashback stuff. I'm not sure.
Yeah.
I
yeah.
can't remember.
Also, tangent on tangent. Have you ever seen that in like multiple versions of Final Fantasy VII? Like some of them they have like mouths, and some of them they don't, and some of them they have like different colored eyebrows and such.
I don't think so.
So yeah, so as they came out with the different versions, like the original PSX and then like the re-release and then the Switch one, the characters all look kind of different, like a
Weird.
little bit different in the face. So like I'm playing on the Switch, so you can clearly see like Tifa close up to the camera, and she has like a mouth and like an
I know what you
expressive
mean now.
face.
Yeah. I think some of it might have been like hardware limitations and stuff of like rendering like
Right.
a mouth or whatever. But yeah, she's got kind of like a Pikachu mouth going on here. It's like a squiggly.
Oh yeah,
Oh,
she
yeah.
does like like the little cat mouth,
like a little
feeling.
smirk kind of,
Yeah.
which isn't really fitting tonally.
She's got a
but-
Meowth.
Yeah. So when I read this entire thing in Meowth's voice,
Oh God, no!
everyone's gone.
Fuck.
But she does say, everyone's gone.
Yeah, and Cloud says, "Yeah, we don't have anywhere or anyone to go home to."
It's already a great time.
Yeah.
She says, yeah, you're right. But I'm sure someday they'll come back, don't you think?
And then Cloud's like, I wonder. Everyone is something irreplaceable they hold on to. But this time, our opponent.
She says, that's all right if no one comes back. As long as we're together with you by my side, Carl. Carl, hold
yeah.
my hand while I read this.
Let me put down my Joy-Con. There we go.
Thank you.
You guys haven't held hands since the first episode.
It's
think
been
it
a
was the
long
first
time. We bring
episode.
it
Here we
back.
go.
Okay,
We
here
gotta
go.
do it again at
As
the last
long as
episode,
we're
too.
together with you by my side, I'll never give up, no matter how bad it gets.
And then Cloud says, Curtis. No, but Cloud says, Tifa.
No matter how close we are now, we were far apart before. But when we were in the live stream, surrounded by all those screams of anguish, I heard your voice.
So romantic.
I know, those screams of anguish.
And then she kind of has a cute little animation where she like puts her hands behind her like back and like closes her eyes and
Yeah.
she's doing that Meowth smile.
Yeah, and she's just like, oh, you probably don't remember, but I thought I heard you calling my name deep in my heart. I think so. Yeah.
Yeah, and he says, "Yeah, I heard you calling me. You were calling me back from the consciousness in the live stream. After all, I promised that if anything ever happened to you, I'd come help."
Which is not what he did. She came and helped him. I feel like that's like
True.
yeah. She like saved him from the live stream, and he's like, "I'm sure glad I was there to help you when you were being hysterical, looking like trying to find me." And then there's like, I feel like the anime shit begins. Here
Oh,
or
hell
whatever.
yeah.
God.
So this scene right next actually depends on whether or not her affection level is high enough.
fuck off.
Really?
Yeah.
Holy shit.
So after she says, "But deep in my heart, I heard you calling my name, or at least I thought I did." The next thing that happens is, I think, is when it let's see. So if she does like you enough, Cloud says, "Yeah, at the time I heard you calling me, you were calling me back from stream of consciousness and live stream. After all, I promised if there's anything that happened to you, I would come help." But if Tifa doesn't like you enough, Cloud just says, "I see. I think I've heard about it too." At the time, it was Tifa's voice. Just very like disconnected.
Oh, wow.
That's
I
But
had no
there's
idea.
there's another thing that comes up. A few other things that come up also. That,
The very
that-
next
cool.
line?
Yeah, if you wanna
So, oh yeah, what is it?
Is the next line the same?
What, Cloud? Do you think the stars can hear us?
Yeah, she says, "Do you think the stars can hear us?" Yeah.
Yeah. So that's the same. Do you think they see how hard we're fighting for them? And Cloud says, "I don't know, but whether they are or not, we still have to do what we can and believe in ourselves." And now there's another thing that changes.
Okay.
Oh.
What did you get?
I got someday we'll find the answer.
Yeah, that's what I got as well. That's what I learned from you when I was in the live stream.
That's so yeah, she does like you enough for that one.
Sweet. Okay.
So yeah, so what
Ooh,
follow-
Tifa likes me. Hell yeah.
Yeah.
And Tifa says, "Yeah, that's right. Hey Tifa, there are a lot of things I wanted to talk to you about, but now that we're together like this, I don't know what I really wanted to say. I guess nothing's changed. All kind of makes you want to laugh." And Tifa says, "Cloud, words aren't the only things that tell people what you're thinking." ...
Ooh.
But okay, so that whole interaction.
Hold on, I would
changes.
also like to say, before you go to the next thing, I just want to say, when she says words aren't the only thing that tell people what you're thinking, the scene fades to black.
Oh yeah.
So let's see. Yeah, if she doesn't like you enough, which is, I'll find the answer someday as long as I keep trying. And Tifa says, "Yeah, that's right. We've got a big battle tomorrow. We better get some
Would you
sleep.
say she say Meowth? That's right.
Meowth, that's
God damn
right. Cloud says we've got a big battle tomorrow. We better get some sleep. Yes, I guess you're right.
That's
Okay, so I see what
woefully
you're saying.
cold and unhorny.
Yeah. Unlike the canonical one, which we're playing, where it's
Right.
woefully warm and extremely horny.
Extremely horny.
Where yeah,
We're
after
incredibly horny and extremely close.
Is that 9/11 movie?
Yeah, right. Yeah. Yes, exactly.
God. Shit.
Carl,
I'm glad I laughed even harder when you brought up 9/11. Jesus fucking Christ. Because I knew the
Happy holidays, folks.
I knew the title, but I didn't know what it was in reference
Yeah,
to.
that's what they,
Like, I got
that
the joke.
movie is the 9/11 movie.
I
like,
half got the joke. Oh my god! Usually jokes aren't funnier when you explain them, but that kind of was for me. But like Curtis says, after she says that, Tifa kind of closes her eyes and looks down and still has that smile. The camera pans up a little bit, or tilts up for our film listeners, and then it like fades to black, and then it comes back to that scene. And Tifa is kind of just like leaning, like they're both like kind of asleep, I think.
I figured they're kind of sleeping. Yeah, they're like leaning on each other, like sitting up and
Yeah.
sleeping. Yeah.
Yeah.
This might be different depending on affection levels of how close you are.
Oh,
Could be,
as
yeah.
well.
Yeah.
I just came back today on a flight, and I will say that this is how you have to sleep on a plane sometimes.
What are you
Like-
talking about? We were only on break for 15 minutes.
You spent so long in the bathroom that I was able to get on a plane and go on vacation.
Yeah, but they're sitting like Forrest Gump and Bubba in Vietnam, so their heads don't get in the mud. But it kind of starts like fading into the scene a little more, and Cloud says it's almost on, and Tifa's like seems kind of groggy, and he's like, "Sorry, did I wake you? It's almost on, Tifa." And she says, "Good morning, Cloud.
Yeah.
Just a little longer, a little bit longer. This day will never come again, so let me have this moment." And Cloud says, "Sure."
He says, "Sure, this might be the last time we'll ever be together."
Oh.
Yeah.
And then it fades out again.
The only thing that really changes is after she says this day will never come, so let us have this moment. Cloud just doesn't say anything. He just
I feel,
he's so disconnected.
listener, if you are playing Final Fantasy VII, I feel that it is your duty to make this scene as horny as possible.
Yeah, absolutely.
Don't you dare have that affection level down.
Platonic, man.
Nah, it's not platonic.
Okay.
It could be. I mean, it depends on how you interpret it, I guess.
I guess it's fair.
I think
fair.
initially when I played through it, I was thinking that it was like more plutonic or like more vague. But now that you're like mentioning it in that context, I'm like, I think that it's implied what's going on.
Yeah, I will say, like, I've never read anything into it before or whatever, but it's at very least romantic. You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
And like, I feel like this playthrough, more than any of the other playthroughs I've ever done, I've been like, all right, they're laying it on pretty thick, actually. Like,
Yeah.
they're going as far as you can go without like straight up trying to like make two polygonal models like kiss each other.
Yeah.
Like, that's about as far as you can go, I feel like.
We saw some kissing and
Didn't
with Lucretia. And
Oh, yeah,
her
and
her
Guest.
husband.
Yes, on that episode, I remember you saying like they awkwardly
It was-
try to make the models hug.
It was Il
where they're
They're
like,
like they're like elementary school kids in a play.
yeah,
trying to act like they're kissing.
right?
Before anyone adds us on Twitter, it was Gast and
Alfana. Oh, I'm sorry.
Falna.
Ifalnia, not
Yeah.
Lucrezia.
Sorry.
Lucretia.
I got my mom's confused.
Shout outs to moms.
That's right.
Happy Mother's Day.
I'm sad that we didn't like the FF7 part of our podcast didn't go over Mother's Day because I was like,
Oh, hell
that'd be
yeah. There's
such
so
a good
many,
episode.
So
We
many
could
good
do that.
moms in this. Genova.
Good moms. Yeah.
Speaking of horny, though, I was since everyone left, including the pilot. I'm wondering if his wife knows what his limit break is.
Oh, yeah.
Yo, yeah. Well, I guess we
Save
technically
Only the
never saw
remake
it.
will tell.
Save the limit break for bed.
All right. Well, anyway, yeah. So it is now daytime on this scene.
Yeah, it's a nice day.
It is actually like for Meteor being in the fucking sky, it's like nice and blue skies.
It's
and
like
clouds.
90% less green.
Yeah.
I did want to note that this kind of actually this angle and like how they're sitting kind of parallels when they were
Oh yeah.
sitting on the water tower.
Yeah.
Oh,
And
yeah.
it kind of echoes that a little bit, just like
Yeah, I guess so.
Yeah, I didn't even think of that.
it's I guess it probably is the kind of thematic like bookend for
Yeah.
for their stories.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a good call.
So it starts out, Cloud says, we'd better go. And Tifa says, but I still, and like, he says, it'll be all right, Tifa. You said so yourself yesterday. At least we don't have to go on alone.
Oh yeah.
Because I think the thing is nobody has shown up.
Right.
Right? So like, Cloud, let them all go back to their hometowns, figure out what you're fighting for, and come back. Nobody came back.
Yeah, he called their bluff and it fucking backfired on him.
Yeah, right.
Wait, they've only been there for a day though. Well,
I don't
maybe
know.
who knows?
I'm not. I think it's implied of like
It's been a while.
at least that like, hey, if it's coming down in 7 days, don't take a whole week to think about it and
Yeah.
come back.
I think they're kind of just leaving it up to like the last possible moment to be like, okay, we should probably get a move
They're
on.
still waiting for their
Yeah.
pickup, guys.
Yeah.
We should probably mosey.
Well, very nice. Anyway, yeah. So, Carl, would you like to say your catchphrase?
Cloud says, okay,
No,
let's go.
Yeah.
And then the camera tilts up, fades to black, and then we're back on the highway.
All right,
God
we're
damn
back
it.
on the highway. They're standing in the hold, I guess. What would you call that? Like the area before the bridge.
I believe that's called the cab.
It's the
The
literal.
caboose.
It's the literal bridge.
It is
They're on a little
bridge.
catwalk. Tifa says this airship is too big for the two of us,
Yeah.
and Cloud says, "Yeah." Or no, actually, Tifa's still talking. She says, "Yeah, it's a little lonely without everyone."
Yeah, and Cloud says, don't worry, it'll be okay. I'll make a big enough ruckus for everyone. He's going to bring the motherfucking ruckus.
That's right.
We just get enough
Oh,
joke
and,
about it in here.
and in true every FNFF fashion, like, we posed a question.
And then it's immediately answered by dialogue. Yeah.
We have a really good memory of this game that we just played this week.
Yeah, I know.
He says, besides, I'm the pilot.
So there you go.
No more flying around casually like before. So before this all happened, he said to Sid, he said, look at me. I am the pilot now.
Man, we're really going through all these Tom Hanks films.
Oh, hell yeah.
They walk onto the bridge and, surprise, Barrett and Sid are there.
Oh, he also says we won't have time to feel lonely.
Thanks. Thanks.
Did you?
You really took the wind out of my
I'm sorry.
face there.
Oh, I want to bring something up, maybe, if you're interested.
Let's do it.
So this new script site I'm looking at has dummy text that didn't make it into the final script.
Oh, hell yeah.
So there's a lot of new dialogue here that is not mentioned. So some of the text that didn't make it into the game, there's actually a big chunk here. Tifa says, no one's back yet. And Cloud says, that's just the way it is, Tifa. It was their choice to make. What are you going to do, Cloud? I'm a coward. I don't even have the guts to call it quits here. Say everything will be fine. Which, like Tifa always does. Like, she's always the posy energy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And Tifa says, what's wrong with me? I guess I'm... Oh, wait. What's wrong with me? I guess I'm scared. Cloud, say everything will be fine. Wait. I guess this is all dummy text, not in particular any particular order.
Yeah.
But then she also says, I don't know why, but suddenly I feel like everything will be fine now. Let's go, Tifa.
He says one thing. I don't know why.
So
It
I
doesn't
think
even
matter how hard you try.
I'm not sure if that was worth mentioning, but like, this dummy tech is just
No, it's
left over.
definitely- it's
It's
definitely
left over from the
interesting.
scene, so it's not in any particular order. Could have just been entered into different parts of
Yeah.
the conversation,
Right.
not all at the end. But it's cool. Like, it's interesting that Cloud says he's a coward. I don't even know if I have the guts to call it quits here.
That is a
Yeah,
cool
it's a good
line.
line.
It's also kind of weird.
Yeah,
I'm
I can
too
see
big of
why
a
they-
coward to go be a coward and let the
Well,
world end.
I think I get I think I get what he was kind of saying there or whatever. Because, like, he's not putting his teammates down for not coming back. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? He's like, well, maybe it like kind of takes a certain kind of bravery to
Yeah,
stay
yeah.
with your loved ones or whatever.
Maybe
yeah.
it takes a certain kind of bravery to be a fucking coward and not fight Sephiroth
Yeah.
to save the world.
But yeah,
But yeah, Cloud.
Baron Sitter there on the
Things,
bridge.
things start kind of moving around a little bit, and Tifa's like, "Huh?" And then Cloud
Oh,
says,
that's right.
"Cloud says, oh, it's moving." And then like they both start running towards like the cockpit area,
Yeah.
and then we have Curtis.
No, I'm
who'd
sorry.
like to take it away. Here, let me get the wind back into your sails.
Baron Sitter there.
And Barrett says, "Oh, is that okay with you?"
Yeah, and then Red runs up and Cloud says, Red 13.
Mm-hmm.
Tifa says, why didn't you tell me? I imagine she's just talking to Sid and Barrett. Like, again, the translation's kind of weird in these later parts of the game.
Yeah.
Red says, but you know, Sid. And Sid turns around and says, hey, Red, if you butt in now, you never know what they'll say later. And I think he's talking about Cloud and Tifa talking.
Yeah,
right?
like kind of spying on them a little bit.
Yeah.
Yeah, so this actually maybe reinforces what you were saying about horniness. So if she does like
I
you
know.
enough-
I know. Okay, hold on. Let me read it out and then we'll do it.
Okay.
Does that make sense? Okay. So as soon as he says that, Tifa says, ... were you watching? And then runs to the front of the bridge and falls to her knees and holds her head down.
Yeah.
And is like ultra embarrassed.
Mm-hmm.
So Alex, go ahead. I read this too, yeah.
if she doesn't like you enough, she says, were you listening?
Yeah.
Which means nothing happened,
Yeah, exactly.
is what that implies, I guess.
It implies that there was something to watch.
Yeah, which is a little weird.
Patty cake.
It's like, don't watch your friends.
I mean, don't get me wrong. I'm gonna be PG-13 about it and say they were kissing.
Okay. No, I'm even
Or
saying like
holding hands.
they're boning down and all that, but like if you're like don't be a fucking weird like voyeur if your friends are in this moment of vulnerability where they think all of their friends abandoned them and then they're like, yo, check it out.
Yeah, I know. They're up in the bridge like looking down at us.
That's such a raunchy teen like comedy
Yeah.
trope.
Yeah.
Just, like,
Yeah.
sitting out in the closet. Ugh.
Yeah.
Don't do that.
Yeah.
It's like that gif of like Adam Sandler and Chris Farley like taking off their sunglasses from that one like beer commercial thing.
No.
Never mind.
No.
We'll move past it. It's a good gif.
Guess who else is there? It's Vincent.
Hell yeah.
And to commemorate it, Cloud says, Vincent.
Yeah. And he says, why such a puzzled look?
Yeah.
Don't you want me to come?
Yeah. Don't you want me to come? Cloud says, no, it's just that you always act so cool to what's happening. I thought you didn't care.
I love what Vincent says here. He's like, cool. I guess that's just how I am. Sorry.
Yeah. Sorry for being so cool.
Yeah.
Barrett says, well, looky here. The Shinra managers come back. Because Kate Sith
Yeah.
waddles up, you know.
I wanted to ask, is Kate Sith a furry?
That's a good question.
Because this is Reese's fursona.
That's a very good question. I don't know because I don't know how all of that works. I'm ignorant of that world.
Yeah.
So I can't really speak to it. But
Either-
I feel like since he's not inside the costume, I don't
Okay.
know if that would count.
It is his avatar of sorts, and he does. I'm not sure. Is the accent put on by him or the?
Here's the only thing
or
I
the
care.
puppet.
This is all I care
It's
about.
his tulpa, actually.
After finding out that Reeve is Kate Sith.
Was it Reeve or Reese?
Reeve.
Reeve. Sorry.
Yeah. After finding out that,
Peevees.
I love a good Reeve's Peevees. After finding out that he's Kate Sith and everything, and like saving Midgar and talking to him, kind of like in voice and in character, the real test of whether Reeve is a brave man or a coward is if he continues to talk with a hilarious mascot voice.
Hell yeah.
Afterwards, like you were saying, Carl, like if we've talked to him, it's been super serious, we're going to save the world, and he pops up and he's like, well, hey, everybody, I am back. Gotta commend that man's dedication to
Catchy, that's right.
Yeah, you have to commend that man's dedication to the act.
to the craft. Yeah.
To the craft, right.
To the craft of being a spy.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Oh, and actually, he does say, I wanted to come with the main group, but I couldn't get away.
Oh, okay, yeah. So I think
I think he wanted to come as Reeve.
himself,
Yeah.
as a Turk.
Yeah.
He was a Turk, right? Or did he just wear a Turk
No,
suit?
he wasn't. He was.
He's just a Shinra manager. So he just wore a similar suit
Yeah.
as the Turks. Okay.
Barrett says, well, I guess that's everyone. And Red goes, no, Yuffie's missing. And Barrett's just like, she ain't gonna show up. At least this time she didn't steal our materia. Thank God for that.
Yeah. One quick thing that Reeve says, or
I'm sorry.
Kekshi,
Go ahead.
he also says that some people in Midgar took me in. I know I have a stuffed animal body, but I'll work really hard. Which is like, I kind of want to see that whole story of him like kind of escaping from Shinra.
Oh, yeah.
And wanting to like join up with the group, but then like not being able to, and some like,
Yeah.
People who are like
In the
some
slums or
good
something.
Samaritans or whatever
Yeah, take
in the slums are
revenge.
just like, you can come with us, sir. And then he's like, cool, I'm going to go in the room and talk into my phone or whatever.
That's my apparatus.
Yeah, and
I
Barrett.
showed you my apparatus. It's like,
But yeah, so now Barrett says, I guess that's everyone. Oh, wait, and we already went over this. Never mind. So
Yuffie, you mean?
Yeah.
God, Alex, you're going to have such a fucking time making
Yeah,
this make
I'm
sense.
sorry.
Here, chuck it all out. Here we go.
So
So Barrett says, she ain't going to show up. At least this time she didn't steal our materia. Thank God for that.
And then down from the
fucking ceiling.
from the air, I feel like. Yeah, it's like there's I guess there would be a ceiling there, but she just pops down from like above and
does her little
awesome
punch
thing and like
machine gun punch.
in like many different directions too.
And says, "How could you say that? Even after I came this far with you, even with my air sickness.
Oh yeah.
I didn't go through all that just to have you guys have the best parts all to yourself."
Hell yeah.
And I like Cloud's just like, "Welcome back, Yuffie."
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and she's like, "Gee, Cloud, that's so nice of you to say that. You sick or something?"
Yeah, right. Well, whatever. I'm gonna be in my reserved seat in the hall, waiting. So yeah, everybody came back.
The gang's all here.
The gang's all here.
Yeah, and Cloud says, "Thanks, everyone." And Barrett says, "We didn't come back for your spiky-headed ass.
Yeah.
I came back for Marlene. I guess it's just my feelings or something."
Yeah. And then they kind of mention, Red says, although she's not here, she left us a window of opportunity, talking about Eris.
Mm-hmm.
Sid says, we can't let it go like this. And then Cloud says, ... Eris. Yeah. She was smiling till the end. We can't just let it end with that smile. We have to do something. Let's all go together. He says, memories of Eris. Although she should have returned to the planet by now, something stopped her, and now she's stuck. We've got to let go of Eris's memory. And that was just a weird one.
Yeah.
Have we gone over that the live stream is literal ghosts that are stuck around or whatever? Because they have unfinished business? I don't know. I don't think
I have some qualms with this interpretation where Cloud's like, she's stuck because we all think about her and hold her in our hearts. We need to let go of her memory. It's like, no, dude.
I don't think that's...
She's probably stuck because of Sephiroth's like festering illness that like he's bringing.
Well, I wonder if
planet.
that's even the case. I think it's just specifically the holy materia is what's stuck because...
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. Anyway, couple dialogue boxes go. Sid says, these two levers have been bugging me for a while.
Oh, I love this. I forgot about this.
So there's just levers in the high wind that I guess Sid built.
Maybe, but there was another when we first got the high wind.
Yeah.
I remember there being some dialogue with Sid where he was talking about like the colors of something or
we're freaking him out.
He was like, this is starting to freak me out a little bit because like things look a little off. He's like, did Shinra
been rearranged?
Did they fuck with my ship?
Yeah.
And I think that's a callback. Like this is a callback to that because he starts fucking with these levers.
These two levers. So Cloud kind of interrupts and says, this is our last battle. Our target is the North Cave. Our enemy is Sephiroth.
Hell yeah.
Let's move out.
Hell yeah.
And then fucking Sid flips the fucking levers.
And then we get a kick-ass FMV.
Fucking surprise, surprise. The fucking high wind has been like flying on propellers the whole time. It just has fucking jets built into it.
Yeah.
Yeah,
so like parts of the ship just kind of unfold and like these jets come out and it's like really cool.
Badass rockets that are built into it.
Yeah.
Some Men in Black shit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think. Yeah, and then it kind of just takes off. I think a part of it like kind of also falls off of it. I think like one of the propellers, like as it's flying away, kind of like falls off of it.
So
like,
some of the old propulsion system just like jettisons right off into me.
Yeah.
Yeah, because they don't need it anymore.
Just onto somebody unsuspecting on the ground.
Maybe that was a limit break.
This is the high wind's limit break.
So now it has fucking rockets, and we go back to the high wind bridge, and like there's alarms going off, and Cloud says, "What is it, Sid?" And he says, "Some incredible force losing control," and all of a sudden all the technicians run in. Right?
Hell yeah!
We haven't seen the technicians yet.
Yeah, and Sid says, "Get the hell out of here, flunkies! Didn't I tell you all to go home?" And they say,
"Yes, sir. But this is our home."
Brings a tear to my eye.
Yeah.
And Sid says, "Oh man, stop trying to act so cool. All right, you jokers, hold me down with everything you got. Geronimo." Wait, is that what he said?
Yeah, that's what he says.
Geronimo, yeah.
It's a very like action-packed, like very cheesy anime kind of way to end this disc, actually.
Yeah, because now we're at the fucking end of part 2 or disc 2 or whatever you want to call it.
Wow.
So the high wind has rockets now, and everybody's in.
Hell yeah.
All in to go fight Sephiroth.
We are all in.
That's right.
All in, baby.
Is there anything else anybody want to talk about?
This again reminded me of Life Aquatic when the interns came back.
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
You got to complete. You pass.
Life Aquatic is a better Final Fantasy VII movie than Advent Children.
I'll stand by it. So I will say this, because this is the end of part 2, and I kind of think this is like the end of most of what we have to talk about for this episode.
Sure.
When Disc 3 comes up, I know that Alex did this recently, and I did this the first time I played the game as well. Had no idea that you could go back into the overworld, because when Disc 3 pops up, you are in Northern Crater.
Yeah.
Like, you were just there.
And
I was like, I guess this is it.
You get, you're like, you see a shot of the Highwind, you see like the bikini babe that Sid had painted on the side of it, and then the camera tilts down and you see the...
Do we know he added that, or do you think the Shinra's added that?
There was dialogue of him talking about
his bikini babe.
His babe
Okay.
or whatever.
I guess that's true.
But, so there's also like one of the crew members, like the guy who I think always salutes you and says like, "Great job, Cloud."
Yeah.
I think
The
it's like
save man.
the toilet, the toilet guy. Oh, we need to add him to our toilet thing because we determined that he's the toilet of the Highwind.
Oh no.
But yeah, he's like standing on like the lower bridge part and throws down like a rope ladder.
Yeah.
And then like that's kind of where you can control your character.
Yeah. So what I didn't realize is that you can just walk back into the Highwind and go back out to the world map the first time I played it. So, and I know, Alex, you went right to the end of the game.
I couldn't stop.
Yep.
Couldn't stop.
No getting off that train.
I tell you what, when I get to the end of a good RPG, sometimes I just have to play like...
Oh, yeah, you have to.
Play until 4 a.m. and I'm just like, oh, it's so good. And
Hell
like,
yeah.
ruin my day at work the next day.
Hell yeah. Or make it better.
That's a good point.
Now I'm going to my next screenshot, and it is a video of me playing Tetris 99.
Yeah. Now, I did go back into the Highwind and talk to everybody. I don't know if we want to do that now or if that's a next episode thing.
We could do that now, because I think the only other thing that we really need to talk about is some like wrap-up stuff with Midgar, right?
We need to talk about Yuffie's text when you walk back onto the Highwind.
Bring it up.
Because it's phenomenal. In my opinion, this is the bookend of Yuffie's story, and I think it's great.
Oh, hell yeah.
Okay, I'm going to do it. So, Cloud walks up to Yuffie if you go back into the Highwind, and she just says, "Cloud, sign this." And Cloud says, "What is it?" And she says, "It's a contract that says when the war is over, all the materia belongs to me."
Oh, my God.
She says, "It's all in there. Read it, read it carefully, and then sign it, all right?" And he goes, "Forget it. I'm not even going to read it. Whenever I read, I get airsick."
Oh, my God. That's
Winners
so
don't
good.
read.
yeah. She goes, "Oh, I'm the same way, so I can't say too much." And then goes, "Damn, my plan failed. Well, let's pick on Red 13 later to let off some steam."
Oh, my God. That's so good.
I know. I love it. I think that's like the only time that like Yuffie and Red have ever been in a conversation together.
It might
like,
be, yeah.
Yeah, it was interesting. I was like, oh, and I love it too because he's like the one who deserves it the least.
Exactly. I mean, I kind of take it.
Let's put a piece of tape on his tail and watch him chase it.
Yeah, it's like when you kind of bully your like pet, like your cat, or just like try to annoy them.
Do you
and
think
stuff.
Red would chase a laser pointer?
I think he would.
He's like,
Maybe.
His tail's got a mind of his own, as we know. It's very
true.
good.
Yeah, that's right.
Good kicking that ball around.
Yeah.
Yep. Let's see here. There's some good tech. If you talk to Tifa, she says, "Hey, Cloud, would you tell me it's all right?" And you can say it cool, say it normal, or just don't say it.
Have a normal one.
Yeah. And so I said, say it cool.
Of course.
And he walks up to the front of the bridge and like does his little hand wavy motion that he does and says, "It's all right, Tifa." And she goes, "Now I feel like things are really going to be all right. Thanks, Cloud."
Oh, I think that's where the dummy text I think was supposed to go.
Huh?
I think this part is a rewrite of some of this stuff, but I think maybe they just changed where it was in the game, so they kind of just left it in there.
Oh, yeah. Maybe so.
Interesting.
There we go.
Sid's text. We're going to do a lot of bookends. That's what we're doing.
Yeah.
We're wrapping up a lot of stuff. Sid says, "Did you ever see that play Loveless?"
Oh.
Here it is, everybody. Loveless.
If you say no, he just says, "Yeah, I figured someone like you wouldn't be much into plays."
Yep. And does he continue on from there, or is it yes when he starts into his speech?
I think it's yes.
Okay. He says, "Yeah, really? Well, that's fine. They've been doing that play every summer since I was a kid, and I remember seeing it just once. That was when I was in Midgard training to be a pilot. I had some free time, and I thought I'd catch the play. Now, I'm no big fan of the theater or anything, but this thing put me to sleep, just like I thought it would." And finally, during the last scene, the guy next to me woke me up, telling me my snoring was too loud.
Oh my God.
So all I remember about the play is the end, when the sister of the lead asks her lover, "Do you really have to leave?" And the guy says, "I made a promise. The people I love are waiting." I don't understand. Not at all. But take care of yourself. Of course, I'll come back to you. Even if you don't promise to wait, I'll return knowing you'll be here. And then Sid talking again. I remember thinking when I heard those lines, what the hell is he talking about? But now you know, I'm not so sure. I think I understand. And that's the end of that. And I was like, that's a good back and forth.
That's really good. I like that.
I like random moments where Sid's like somewhat poetic. You know what I mean? He has like seconds of it. Right?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. And that's such a good characteristic of him, of just being like, hey, I saw this play.
Ooh. Can we do Red's text?
Yeah,
it's
do
good.
all of it.
I'm going to read every word of it.
When you talk to Sid again after that.
Okay, sorry, go ahead.
So you can go back to Sid after that, and he says, when this job's done, I'm laying this ship. Yeah, that's what I'll do. It's like he's going to settle down or something.
Hell yeah.
I guess so, yeah.
Aw.
Okay, Red's text. Oh, sorry, go ahead.
Wanted to do a quick side thing. Another person who is kind of known for disliking Loveless, excuse me, Jesus Christ, is Hojo.
Oh,
I think this is like non-canonical in the sense that I think I saw that it was in like Before Crisis or something like that.
Okay.
Where he said that he like went to go and see the play Loveless because he thought it would help him with his research or like give him some sort of insight, and then he watched it and said it was just drivel.
Yeah, I'm looking at it right now. Yeah, pure drivel.
Pure drivel.
Pure
Much like
drivel.
this podcast.
Red's text.
Fuck yeah.
He says, I am Nanaki, the son of Seto. I am afraid of nothing.
Fuck yeah.
It's all right, all right. I'm Nanaki, son of Seto. I am not afraid of Sephiroth. And I was like, that's so good.
Fuck yeah.
Like, I love him so much. He's so good.
That's what I need to start saying anytime I'm going into some situation where I feel
that you're the son of Seto?
I am Nanaki, son of Seto. I am not afraid of Sephiroth. It's like the gunslinger's credo from the Dark Tower.
Yeah. Vincent has a typically goth thing to say.
Fuck yeah.
Where he says, Cloud, take the ship to the northern cave. The time for flying has now passed. Our battlefield is now beneath the earth. The gate to tomorrow is not the light of heaven, but the darkness of the depths of the earth.
Hell yeah.
Like, ooh.
I'm standing at the edge of tomorrow.
And pilot is now full pilot.
Hell yeah.
I just dabbed everybody.
So does that mean when you reached level 99, you're full Cloud?
Yeah,
You're full Vincent.
Does it say full pilot?
Yep.
Oh, interesting. In the script here, it says full-fledged.
Oh, nice.
I seem to recall it being full-fledged as well.
I kind of
Maybe
also
it's
remember
just
that.
right here or something?
Or maybe it's just a weird translation.
A weird
thing.
abbreviation.
Yeah, who knows? When you put him in your inventory, it says full-fledged.
He just ate a lot of Chipotle, so he's full.
That was his reason for living. He went out and just went to Chipotle.
It's a living.
So do we have anything else to talk about in this episode?
I think that's it for me.
Yeah, it took a while, but
Yeah, it did take a while.
Yeah.
Yeesh.
That should be my new catchphrase about this fucking show.
That took a while.
well, that or like every like fucking teen movie, like so that happened.
So
Yeah.
that happened.
Um,
Or some stupid BuzzFeed article about some dumb politician that sucks.
Cool. So we're not going to beat Sephiroth quite yet. We've still got a few things we want to finish off.
let me pull up my show episode list, unless you have it right there.
Yeah.
Let's look at our handy dandy
Notebook, Google Sheets.
If you check the rubric we handed out at the beginning of the season, the syllabus. I'm sorry.
So yeah,
if you lost your syllabus, there will be a 15-point deduction from your final score.
Yeah. So next episode, we're going to be talking about weapon.
Fuck yeah.
This is plural.
There's more than the two.
There's three.
There's three of them.
More left.
Oh, that's right. We did talk about Under the Sea guy, where it's better and wetter.
We talked about him, but we haven't talked too much about him.
Yeah.
We'll get to him.
So we're going to do the weapons, and we're going to talk about the Ancient Forest, which, for anybody who's playing along or in the area, the Ancient Forest is not easily visible, I feel like, if you're flying around the world map. So what we're going to want to do is go to Cosmo Canyon. And way back when we first went to Cosmo Canyon, I think we even mentioned that there's like a forest on top of one of the canyon walls.
I did mention it.
How do you get up there?
You have to beat
Chocobo,
one of the ultimate weapons. Or you have to beat ultimate weapon or have a gold chocobo.
Yeah.
Which is kind of why I was like weapons and then Ancient Forest. But we do have a gold chocobo, so we could do them in any order.
True.
Okay.
Yeah. But not a lot of plot or anything. Like really the next like 2 or 3 episodes aren't going to be super plot heavy.
Right.
But they are going to have a lot of like gameplay.
Yeah.
Does that make sense? Yeah.
Yeah.
So Ancient Forest is like there's no text in it at all. It's just like 3 screens with some of the best equipment in the game. So,
Nice.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I'm excited about it.
Fuck yeah.
Oh man, we're getting so close
We're
to being
getting
done.
close.
We're getting so close.
We could just pull an Alex and just have the next episode be the end of the game and say, like, fuck everything else. You're all on your own.
Yeah. Well, for Alex, I mean, he can always, like, no matter how far down you go into the North Crater, you can always come back out.
Yeah. No, I did see someone talking about how they weren't able to figure out how to get back up from Northern Crater. Is there...
I tell you what, the thing that confused me when I was younger and the thing I didn't know that I had to learn first is when you get up to the toppermost screen.
Before the ladder.
Yeah, before you actually get on the ladder to climb back up into the high wind, it doesn't look like there's a path leading upward. There's no visible path leading
There's no
up.
indicator. Or
Yeah,
anything.
you'll come out like a little cave onto like a cliff wall, and you can walk up that cliff, and it does not really look like you should be able to.
Yeah.
So that's how you do it.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
Because I remember I was like, I don't remember specifically, but I know that I've gone into the cave and left the cave.
Yeah.
Because there's an enemy in the cave that I like to exploit with the elixirs.
Yeah.
Cool.
So we'll talk about that when we get there.
That's right. Anything else?
No, I guess I'll do that housekeeping.
I have a housekeeping.
You have a housekeeper?
For housekeeping.
I'm speedrunning Final Fantasy V now.
Fuck yeah, you are.
And I'm doing that on my own personal Twitch channel, which is twitch.tv/TwirlinCurtis. So it's like twirling without the G. And then my name.
Hell yeah.
I think every FNFF is set up to auto-host
Right.
that, as well as the rest of us as well.
So I think if you follow every FNFF and get like notifications, it doesn't like automatically like let people know that you are streaming. But
yeah,
if they follow you and
so
hit
come follow me.
Follow Curtis and hit the bell thing. I sound really like a fucking YouTuber right now.
Yeah.
Go get yourself a snack, settle in, make some tea, because we're going to spill it, and go into Curtis's Final Fantasy V speedruns, because
right.
it's been a lot of fun to watch.
Yeah. Carl fucked me up today. No, you didn't. I'm kidding. You did not.
Cool. Doop, doop.
Oh.
Here we go.
Fucking microphone done got duped.
Theme music is a remix by DJ Cutman. Feature music by Nobuo Uematsu. Is that it?
Feature music by Nobuo Uematsu.
Is it Uematsu?
Uematsu.
Uematsu. Yeah.
Feature music by Nobuo Uematsu.
God, we look like such fucking assholes.
Yeah, we
Yeah.
suck.
Leave us a review on iTunes.
Tell us how to pronounce Nobuo Uematsu.
Tell us the name of your chocobo and all that stuff. Tell us what you're fighting for.
Tell us how
Oh,
wet...
tell us what you're
Aw.
fighting for.
That's way nicer than me saying, tell us how wet magic is.
Yeah.
How wet is your magic?
God, that's awful. It's a terrible thing.
That's an
Leave
album
us a-
title, right?
Leave us a 5-star review. Tell us you really appreciated the fucking 9/11 joke in the middle of this podcast.
Jesus, I already forgot about that.
But yeah, follow us on every FNFF on Twitter, Instagram, and Twitch. We're constantly making shit posts on Twitter.
Yeah.
So good at it.
I'm very proud of our content.
Not to stroke my own shit, but we're incredibly good at it.
But we will see you in 2 weeks because we are taking a week off.
Hell
Ooh.
yeah.
Just to let you know. So see ya.
It's news to me.
It's because we're very strong Christians and we like to observe the holiday.
And we got to prepare for the reason for the season, which is defeating the 3 weapons that we still have to fight.
That's right.
It's gonna take a while, so
I mean-
it's gonna take 2 weeks to do our homework.
I'm an Orthodox Christian, so I have to fight weapons every time this year, this time of year.
Well, see you in 2 weeks, fuckers.
See you in hell. See you in Christmas hell.
So do we have anything else to talk about in this episode?
So yeah, I want to talk about Aerith's ghost. I'm sorry, we got to move.